So we're on live.
Yes,
And
we are.
so far at the moment, it's a very quiet live stream, but that's okay.
Yeah, okay.
Some people are catching with their times and everything, so they probably think we're a little bit early or whatever. So just a little bit of a feedback about last week in that hotel.
Yeah. How'd it go?
I fell asleep. I'm hopeless. I was so tired because I was up quite late the night before doing the readings for people over in Korea and stuff like that. And of course, that time zone, forget it. So I was like, I was like walking around with my eyes hanging out of my head type of thing. And it was just really a weird feeling. I mean, I know there was a lot of activity in there, but they refused to show themselves. Chris, I don't know whether anyone noticed, Chris turned up. He didn't want me there. He wanted me to go home.
Okay.
Chris didn't want me there. I don't know. All I was doing was sleep.
Is that so jealous?
I don't know.
You know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, well, I thought that, but I mean, what's there to be jealous of? Seriously, I'm just probably. I mean, I've never been out pretty much of my home to any hotels and stuff like that. I don't need to really go anywhere to have activity because it's always there. I mean, like as in, you know, when they're wanting to communicate and everything, and because of the fact I stopped doing the office back in 2015, I feel more confined, if you want to put it that way, but you know, because I don't have people come face to face with me for readings, it's all over the phone, Skype or Messenger voice. You know? So it's just, you know, it's so weird that there would be that kind of behavior, but maybe he's used to me being here. He kept saying to me in my ear, "You've wasted your money, you've wasted your money," and I thought, oh my God. It was so weird. The next morning, I've got to tell you, I stepped into the bathroom with my toothbrush in hand, ready to brush my teeth. I looked down just as I stepped into the bathroom, right on the tile at the front of the sink was blood. Like not a big bout of blood. There was like a drop of blood, but an obvious drop of blood. It was red. I looked up because I thought something leaking, you know, like...
Yeah.
Because I had stepped in there, so I'm naturally thinking, is it on my foot? You know, but then I realised it couldn't be from me anyway because I had only just gone into the bathroom. It was there as I walked in. Like I slid open the door, went to put my foot in, and there's this blood. And it was fresh blood. It wasn't even congealed because as I wiped it, I used some toilet paper, I wiped it, and there was no like ring where it had begun congealing. It was fresh blood. So something was like there or, you know, caused that blood. And of course, being a woman, you start having all these, well, maybe it's me, maybe I'm menstruating. I mean, like, you've got to be realistic. You've got to cross out all the boxes, you know, with these things.
Yep.
And I could kick myself. Like, it wasn't me because I'm in menopause. I'm using the Yan cream, for God's sake. And I didn't have, you know,
you can still even foot or whatever else or anything, you know.
No, all that's gone. All that's gone.
It's only a small.
I'm like a man. I'm having a man's life. It's lovely. It's lovely. Anyway, I thought, this was so weird. Anyway, of course I checked and there's nothing, you know,
sure.
without going into a lot of detail, but you get my drift.
No, I got it.
There was
I got
it. Yeah, I can't believe I'm even having this conversation, but seriously, there was nothing. And I thought, okay, well, I haven't cut myself. I looked at my foot. Maybe I'd stepped on some glass or something that might have been in the carpet. Nothing. And there was no blood. I even went as far as stepping around on the tiles to see if anything like dropped off me.
Yeah.
Nothing. And I could kick myself because stupid hair, wiping it up, thinking, oh, I must have cut myself or something. Initially,
why wouldn't you? Yeah.
there, I didn't take a photo. And I'm thinking, I should have taken a photo. Because a photo would be more solid evidence. And I could kick myself, honestly, because, I mean, I don't see that kind of stuff.
I would have probably done the same thing because it's not a usual thing. I mean, we have a documentation of cases of, we'll call it ectoplasm just for the minute. I mean, that's not really a good term to use in the scheme of things, but, you know, droppings left behind by entities of description, shall we say. But yes, I'd have probably done the same thing, just cleaned it up and then gone, oh, bugger it, that could have been whatever.
I know. And you know, with me, if I do have
ceiling or anything, like there's a dead body in the ceiling, you know, like the floor above, and it hasn't seen through it, that'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? You know, you never know.
It would.
If you hear something about a dead person found, then you'll know, won't you? You know, but yeah, carry on.
Exactly. But what was interesting, and I don't know whether you noticed, in that live stream that was actually going, there was a lot of talking, a lot of interference, talking, stuff like that. And voices.
When I went on there, we saw quite a few like messing with the camera and stuff. I mean, yes, we heard story and things like that, which is obviously, we heard like things just fucking about the camera a little bit. We're like, all right, okay, you know. So it was things going on. I obviously a lot. I don't know how much time people spent on there. I spent approximately about 10 minutes just checking in every hour or two, or just going in and saying hello to people.
I don't think anybody been sitting on there the whole time, but I thought, you know, if anything happens, if anything happens on there, then it's recorded. And I deliberately laid on my side, facing the actual computer.
The arduous task of going through 8 hours or however long you slept for of still footage. It will make your eyes cross. That's why people have said to me, wouldn't it be great to have 24 CCTV in your old house? Yes, it would have been great. I know you get stuff, but it doesn't record until something happens. But you can miss stuff like that. But going through that just to find something is arduous. You know, it's hard. But the closest thing you could get to automation would be a camera that only comes on once it senses movement. But maybe you'll miss something doing it, like orbs. I don't necessarily think of an orb as a movement, for example, you know.
I actually, I have to interject here. During the actual process of asking them to show themselves, there was a orb that came down from the mirror. And right in front of me. I saw it with my eyes. So I have to check with...
Do you know what? I've only ever seen I've seen lots of orbs on my sessions through the camera. Like, oh god! But with my own eyes, I've only ever seen one orb, and it wasn't even in the old house. That was in this house. I did put the session up, the debut session, I think it was on. But I actually saw it with my own bloody eyes. I thought, fucking hell, there's quite big. Well, I say that big, so we'll say. But but I've never actually seen it with your own eyes. It's only through the camera on the session. So I've only ever seen one myself. With my own,
lot of people will only see it through the lens or that type of thing, because see, with the actual lens itself, it's a lot more dense, which means that I mean, with our eyes, we've got all that, taking everything in from the sides, adjusting our eyes, but our eyes have more that we can take in than a camera. But cameras, they can, I don't know what it is with them. There's a lot of times that I will see one and the camera won't pick it up.
Look at the my $1 million picture, as I call it, of Charlie. Nobody saw anything. It was the camera. We didn't see a 6-foot figure floating in front of us and going, oh, let's take a picture. We saw nothing, and the camera brought back this thing blocking the TV, blocking the news. We only took the picture because of the click, the loud static like click used, and it was a fucking loud one that time. I'm like, oh, that'd be a good orb, because there's always orbs that appear when you do those pictures. Always a bloody white orb.
Well, there was one time when we went to this childcare centre, and it was actually run by my aunt. So she said that it's a very old place, and she wouldn't mind me going down and having a look, because she said she was locking up one day, and down the like she had to sort of like get down the bottom of the door to lock it because there's a deadlock at the bottom. So she's down on her hands and knees, she's locking this lock, and she noticed 2 feet on the other side of the door wearing those old black lace-up boots. And she said she slowly looked up and could see the hem of what looked like, you know, the old dresses. And she said, I got goosebumps. She said, I had so much like chills going through me because I didn't know what I was going to see, you know, above that. And she said, but as she said, I took a breath and then I looked up really quickly, and she said nothing was there. Yeah. And she said, I looked back down and I thought maybe I'm seeing like a reflection through the glass. Maybe my clothes are giving this impression, you know, working out through logic. Because I've always said,
when I was a boy of like 2 to 3 years old, I've got really good memories of this. Every so often, in the corner of my eye at my old dad's house, I never saw it like after say 5 years old, between the ages 2 and 3. I always used to catch an old lady in the corner of my eye, in the corner of her rooms all the time. And every time I look, obviously catch it in the corner of your eye, she's not there, you know? So the same sort of thing. One minute it's there, the next minute it's not, you know? But it wasn't just one occasion, it was several occasions. This woman with white hair, she's an old lady, she wasn't frightening or anything, but, you know, I go to turn to have a look at her properly because I've only just caught her in the corner of my eye as I enter her room. She's not there, you know? And I've got memories of that.
What you have just said gives more weight to the fact that there are spirits that when they manifest, if they do manifest fully, they can't retain that manifestation very long.
Yeah,
they really can't, because it is a lot.
Less than a moment, and it's not there. As soon as I turn the head to like, oh yeah, but I know she's not woman with white hair because she's not that far in the corner of my eye. She's quarter to the corner of my eye, but it wasn't just once. It was I don't know how many times. We'll say under 10, but certainly over 7. You know, I was only between ages 2 to 4. After I was about 5 years old, I didn't really see it anymore. But this is the thing with Camaro. Her first words were Harry. I think as tiny children, you do see these things, and then your eyes change or something. She's got no memory of the Harry thing.
But it is as you do begin to develop, you begin analysing. So with children, they don't question what they see. There's no structured imprint of people saying, okay, now, well, that's just your mind playing tricks, or that's the light, or that's this or that. What they see, they are not questioning. They don't have the adult mind yet. Once they begin to grow, they begin to question more. And questioning things is okay. There's nothing wrong with it. In fact, I encourage it with my daughters. If they see something, don't just take it on face value. Question it, because if it is something that's negative also, then you can approach that in the way it's meant to, because there are some things that will manifest and give you this really lovely, kind type of face, and behind it, it may be something more sinister going on. There may be something that's wanting to, you know, make you do things, and especially if they say, go and, you know, take that money, or go and do this. If they tell you to do something negative, or that it's going to hurt somebody else, then those ones are the ones you don't want in your life. And there are too many people that the spirits can get in your head. They really can. And it's not a matter of you know, being schizophrenic.
I do wonder, but when you say that, about getting in your head, I do wonder like about schizophrenia, if it's not just, I mean, science will say, you know, it's a bad part of the brain. It probably is, but I do wonder sometimes if schizophrenia is not, you know, they hear actual voices, and it is real to them. They really hear these voices. You know,
exactly.
I do wonder, you know.
I had been tested as a child, of course, because of the amount of interaction I was getting, and it was really hard for me because I didn't have the support network. I didn't have the support where
back then. Not back then, you know, you're mad, aren't you? Back then was a lot more less liberal. I think it's the word, you know.
Back then it was shut up and say nothing. Don't say anything. And I claimed up as a child. I was too scared to say boo in front of anybody. If I went to someone's house, I'd be looking at my mum, because I would see something and she'd go, and I knew that if I said something, I would cop a belting when I got home.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
that's how it was. And it was really, but, you know, to have my mother in spirit turn up, and she was profusely apologizing. You know, I'm so sorry. Of what I put you through. And I mean, I'm okay with it now. I'm a grown woman. I'm half a century over. So
it was different times though then, you know, so you understand why your mum was like she was. Maybe if you're, you know, born in this day and age, it'd be a little bit different, who knows. But you know, back then it was different.
Well, back then,
you know, even in the 80s, when my sister had a kid at 15 years old, pregnant at 14, had a kid at 15, my mum got a hell of a shit from people. And she had to keep quoting the Bible. So, okay, you have a go at her having a kid. But, you know, Jesus, his dad, Joseph, was, I know his dad's 12. So don't give me that crap. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And this is the thing. I mean, there are so many people diagnosed with things like schizophrenia, bipolar, all that kind of thing. And I would be surprised if they all are. With the fact of giving them medication and stuff like that, which can really impact on the brain itself. Sometimes the medication can amplify the vision.
Yes.
And so with stuff like that, it's better to look for something more herbal, or just learn to accept what you're seeing. You know, there are some, I had to grow up with basically training myself. If I'm seeing something and they come and approach me.
If we go to a doctor and say this, that, and the other, what I'm experiencing, a doctor would just say, well, you're fucking mad, let's get the straitjackets out. You know, they're not going to listen to, or say you're just very religious or you know, whatever. Then you know, they're going to look at it from, you know, science is definitely important, and you know, I believe science over religion in most cases, but there are things science can't explain at the moment, and I don't say science is not, science just hasn't discovered yet, or daren't discover just yet, if that makes sense. You know, that's it. It's just undiscovered. Just because it's undiscovered doesn't mean to say it's not there or it's not real. You know.
That's right. Now, before we go on, let me say a shout out to our lovely viewers.
Oh, yes.
We have, I'll start from the beginning. We have Surfer Rosa, who is also one of my patrons.
Oh, good.
Scarling Ray. Oh, okay. It's a new one.
Okay.
Oh, that must be Raylene.
New fellas.
Scarling Ray. We have Timo Utemen.
These are all new.
Yeah.
Unless people change their usernames or something. If you're new, just say new in the comments. Well, thank you very much for joining.
We have Janise, another one of my patrons. We have
diamonds. You really are, you Patreon people. You're saints.
They're beautiful. We have Janise Terbutt, as I mentioned. We have Liz Hall. We have Vimit Tripathi.
Say that again. Butcher again. I like hearing people butcher names. Butcher the name again. Say it again.
Vimit Tripathi. I'm so sorry. Auto made me do it. We have who have we got? Matt Graves. Hi. We have
Mr. Pulsar. Yeah, GTIR.
Lorna Edgar. We have
quite a few.
Let me just.
Good for us.
Oh, and congratulations on reaching 2,000 subscribers. That's well done.
Thank
and you didn't have to buy them either.
No, I didn't have to clickbait or tag bigger YouTubers or I suppose I tagged Huff. I didn't have to. That's it. That's the only person I did tag. But, yeah, Zozo,
at least you're
on wrong, that kind of thing. So,
yep, exactly.
No, you're boring. Not going on Facebook and everywhere else going, look at me. So,
and
yeah,
we have
okay.
Emma Bird. We have Emma Bird, and
Emma's
she
quite
says,
sweet.
"Love and peace." Oh, what a beautiful message with the little bird and everything.
Yeah.
So,
Emma's a sweetie.
thank
She's
you
always
so much.
commented. Who?
Oh, that's not.
Missed that one.
So, you sub to all on this one. Okay, so they're having a little bit of a chinwag between each other, but yeah, it's about like schizophrenia and stuff like that. All these medications, I really think if they wanted to test schizophrenia, then if a person is saying they're seeing somebody that others can't see that are there, then allow that person to interact with that. Because it may be a spirit. It may just be that
we'll say the word safely. Say the word safely on the end, though.
Exactly.
Yes,
but you know, allow them to interact in a way that you can analyze it. You can actually test that. It may be like, for example, that time when Mum took me to that guy recommended through the church. He was like a psychologist, whatever, and he started talking, and his mother told me that, you know, he was I can't remember the words now because I mean it was so long ago, but his mother appeared and she was telling me things, and I was laughing because they were funny. You know, he said, "What are you laughing at?" And I said, "The lady." And he said, "What lady?" You know. And I said, "The lady behind her." She said, "She's your mother." And he walked out of the room because he asked me, "What does she look like?" I described her. He walked out of the room and he called the receptionist or his secretary and said, "You can go now." And then I heard them talking. "Did you mention anything out here in the waiting room about my mother's passing?" And she said, "No, I swear I haven't said anything." And he said, "Well, this child has just said that my mother was here talking and described her." And he said to my mother, "I don't think she's mad. You know, I don't think she's got a problem." But he didn't use the word mad. He just said, "I don't think she's got a problem. She's seeing something. You know, she's seeing something." And I remember leaving and seeing his face. He was like scratching his head, you know, like, okay, this is a lot to absorb. Yeah, it was a lot for him to absorb.
That'd have been a good souvenir picture.
Exactly, but at least he said to me that there is nothing wrong. And those words, they meant a lot to me because, I mean, even as a kid, I was picked on, I was shoved, I was teased.
Probably quite confused. You're probably quite confused, I think. You know, definitely.
I was confused in the sense of, well, Suella, for example. I used to see this lady standing always in the distance. Like if I was in the playground, she'd be over like under a tree, standing there, just looking at me and smiling, not saying anything, just smiling. And she was dressed in, how would I put it? You know, I'm trying to sort of not make it dramatized, but this is how it was. She had like a hood thing on, but it was like what they wear in that movie, Lord of the Rings or something, you know, the angel ones or something. They've got like those funny ears or whatever, but she hasn't got funny ears. But when I get close to her, she has two faces in one. So she's got like one face here and she's got one face there. And when you get closer to her. But it was really, you know, the day that I finally asked her who she was, because I just kept seeing her, and one day I just stood there. I think it was at the monkey bars, and I was hanging upside down. I could see her, and she was laughing, and she put her hand up near her mouth, and I waved. I just sort of like went like this, and she waved back at me, and I thought, seems nice, you know. I mean, she never talked to me before that, and then one day at home, she was actually in my room, and I said, "Who are you?" And she said, "I'm Suella, and I'm watching over you. It's okay." Everything's going to be okay.
Do you still see that entity today or not? Or is that been a long time?
Absolutely. And the wisdom that she offers is incredible. A lot of her advice, I'm actually passing on to my clients when I'm doing readings. It really is, I mean, just some of the things that she says, you know, I write them down and I give them to the girls, and then they usually put them into the morning, like every day at 6 in the morning, they upload the any type of, they choose random things, but they have it set so that every single day there's a daily quote, and if there's not, like if I get a message from Spirit, and I will go in and I will move that daily quote to another time, and I will upload the message because I feel that takes precedence. So it really, it's amazing. It really is that, you know, like the things that she says, it opens my eyes too sometimes, because I might be having a really bad day. And like today, she said to me, what was it? Watch your words, because they define who you are, or they define your future, or something like that. And the girls had put it up, and it was so appropriate for today, because honestly, I had so much, you know, crap going on. I had these people that somehow got my mobile number. I was starting to yell at them over the phone.
Oh, no way.
Which is not like me. They were harassing me. They were just harassing me, and it was marketing. And I said, look, please, unless I give out my private number. If I give my private number, fine.
Totally sympathise with that one. Yeah, I get it all the time as well. You know, even though I'm not going to be listed, but
it was amazing. I'm thinking, why have they got my number? I don't give out my number. So, but they just kept doing this. Even when I was doing a reading, they would ring, and I would, you know, try to hang up, and they'd ring again, and it was just constant. I had about 15 in 1 hour missed calls.
No, I know.
Back disconnected, or it's not, you know, listed, or something like that. Oh my God! So how can you?
Off subject, but they're using what you call a VoIP or a virtual network. So you know, it's like you tangible using Skype or something as your number, so you can't call it back, and it's annoying. You know, can't call that, say sod off. But I know exactly what you're on about. Oh,
it's, you know, like 15 times is ridiculous, especially in 1 hour. But this has been, going back to the hotel. I had a lovely sleep, sort of. Apart from being
we heard.
And and do you know, I woke up and my laptop was actually the lid was closed, the camera was on the floor.
Do you know what? We're about to say the stream got cut out, I think, as well. I was there when it happened. The stream cut out at one point. We were like, oh, okay, so what just happened then? So, no, that makes sense.
It actually closed the lid, and the camera fell on the ground. I thought it was busted. And I thought, bloody hell. And I'm thinking to myself, I haven't moved, because I'm not...
What I tried to do, when the stream went down, so obviously I got your number on Hangouts, I tried calling you on Hangouts to like wake you up and let you know. But obviously, you know, you'd gone, or obviously if it's your laptop that receives the Hangouts, if it's shut, it's not off, is it? I
mean, I'm not a tossing and turning kind of person, and everything that I had in the bed was still on the bed. You know, like the I had the what's it called, the Andes box on the bed. I had other things on the bed. I can sleep without tossing and turning, but I got poked a lot, and I could hear right up in my ear, "You got to go home. You got to go home." Like, no, leave me alone. And then I could hear him knocking. Well, I thought it was knocking. It might have been noise of the camera because I heard this bang and I was jumping. And when I was watching back on parts of the live stream, I thought, that's that little bugger, because not long after I hear the drop or the bang, because I looked on the live stream, I could see the camera of the Connect lifting and then dropping, and it's not long after that I say, stop it, Chris, because I thought he was knocking on things. I didn't know that he was actually moving things at the time. So if you haven't seen it, I would probably recommend skip through. You know, I don't expect you to.
I was going to say, do you reckon you could put like a highlights out? Because I reckon that'd be pretty cool.
Well, what I did.
You can like edit a little highlight section. Keep the proper one up on your channel so people can watch it. If you can put like a highlights thing, like similar to what Michael Spirit did for me in my live highlights of all the captures I got, you know, I'm dead and all that crap. But if you do a highlights, that'd be cool as hell to see, you know. I mean, obviously, I mean, because, you know, I kept coming in now every couple of hours to check up and whatnot, but I was there when the stream went down randomly, and we tried to get it back up by calling you and let you aware of it. Obviously, you know, you were really gone, you know, and if your laptop, as I said, is linked to your Hangout, you're not going to hear it anyway. Down, you know. But yeah, what the move? So, hang on now.
So it was quite interesting, actually. I mean, and especially seeing that blood, and you got to be kidding me. But I was just overwhelmed. I couldn't believe, you know, the amount of talking around me, and I didn't want to go talking through the actual live stream itself. I mean, for quite a bit, because the line just kept dropping out all the time. I thought it was their, you know, they had bad Wi-Fi. But get this, the operator said that they've got 4 Wi-Fis, and in total, in that, sorry?
Because I know on like a bus, we get Wi-Fi on a bus sometimes if you're lucky. And the server on the bus, I know a bus is mobile, so it's relying on mobile, which is not as good, but it serves various people at certain times. So if I'm on the Wi-Fi and there's 3 other passengers on the Wi-Fi, it will serve me, and then it will serve the next person and stop me. Then serve the next person, stop him. So, you know, if there's lots of people on the Wi-Fi in the hotel, you might find, well, the stream's gone down because it's helping that guy over there. Your turn will come back.
That's what I was about to say. The next morning, I was asked by the lady at the desk, how did things go? I told her about the blood. I told her about, you know, you haven't got 1 spirit here, you've got actually 9. She went, 9? Right. And I said, yeah. I said, 9 are in this hotel. And I mean, she's a lovely lady. Then I said, but the Wi-Fi was terrible. It kept dropping out. She said, well, that's the first. She said, other people have streamed. She said, but the hotel has been quite empty.
Oh, okay. So there's no really using it either. So yeah, so you should have full service. If you've got 4 of them on the go, so even if they have that system where they serve 1 person at a time, you should still be okay. You know. Exactly.
There was only 1 couple and 1 guy who was there for a business stay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was really virtually dead compared to what normally it's like. Yeah. They say that they're seasonal, and this was an off-season.
Yeah, makes sense. That makes sense.
So because of the off-season, if there's no like spectacular things happening around Sydney or whatever, because it's only a walkway to the Harbour Bridge and the Opera House and everything. It's just around the corner. And I wish I had taken some, you know, like a walk earlier, but I was just too tired. I just, you know, running around trying to look for a cord for the SLX cam, find the cord, and then only to discover that the cord would not charge the bloody thing because it was too short.
Geoff, you use a specific charger or something. I hate that, where you use a cord to USB to charge it. Yeah.
Look what I bought.
Got a drone.
So I got a drone, yay! So I'm going to do some cemetery shots with this. Hopefully it won't go over the cliff.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I put some backup please, because these drones, you only get like a few minutes from them.
Yeah.
Which is
unless you really pay some money for big. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You pay through the nose for it, literally, and they only go for about 10 minutes or so. But 10 minutes is okay.
Sure.
So I'm going to practice droning. But yes, given the fact they had 4 Wi-Fis, they had 4 internets, and I was using only one of them. She said, that was so weird, because the actual there's like they've got like an antenna that's sort of like near the building on each side, so it picks up and it disperses their internet, you know, so that it doesn't affect any business people that stay and stuff like that. Because there are some people who have conferences, they have conference meetings. They might be speaking to someone in China, and they might be speaking with, you know, other things. This, I said, was that guy, the business guy, was he doing any conferencing? And she said no. She said he had his own Wi-Fi anyway, like he had his own internet, because each one you've got to log on with a different code, and you can only use it in the building basically. So given the fact it kept dropping out, but the funny thing was it dropped out, but the bars were still there. The bars were still on full, and that's why I thought, I can't work this out. Why is it dropping out? And then I thought, I'll use my phone. Get this, my phone would not pick up at all the internet, even though the bars were there.
I know there's an option, at least on my phone, there's an option where I can use both. I can use the Wi-Fi and my data on a mobile phone in tandem.
Well, I didn't want to use my data because the data charges are astronomical, and I already paid quite a bit.
Over here, same thing over here. Same thing over here. I get 2 gigabytes allowance, but after that, I'm charged through the ass for it. You know, it's like
wow,
2 pound a megabyte.
We only get 1 here.
Oh really?
Wow.
No way.
1, and then once you go over 1 gigabyte, you're paying, you know, more.
Yeah, it's about a pound a megabyte or something ridiculous over here. Well, for this network anyway. I'm with 3. So I don't know about other networks. I'm sure there's cheaper deals, etc., etc. But yeah, I mean, I'm in a couple of year contract on my phone, so you know, I'm stuck at the moment. But that's okay. I'm okay with my thing. It's BT. I'm not really happy with. But at the moment, me and you are talking okay. It's okay. Good stuff. The boy's not on the Xbox yet, so that'll be the test. So.
Hopefully, hopefully it'll stay on. Yeah, so it was a really interesting thing to find that the internet dropping out. I was getting tired. I did try sort of like reading what was coming up on my phone, because I did use my data at that point, trying to sort of give a history or a bit of a rundown about the hotel and read up on it. And through the room, it was so weird because the room actually grew very foggy. And I thought that's so, because as I got that torch, the blue torch, shining it around, everything, it was like fog in front of the torch. They weren't physically manifesting. They did not want to physically manifest, no matter what I tried, you know, like I was, you know, before I started the live stream, I welcomed them. I said, look, you know, I'm not here to pick on you. I'm not here to tease you or make make something out of, you know, like I just want people to know that you are here, and it is completely up to you whether or not you want to show yourself. Well, the talking began, and I thought, okay, the good thing is they're talking around me. I could hear them talking from one person to the next. On one of the streets, I actually noted where the talking was. I think it was on, bear with me for a second. I think it might be the Russell Hotel Sydney Haunted Room 8. And there's an apostrophe before the 8. I think I have down in the notes, in the comments, the timing of things. Yes, I do. So if you have a look at that, I've got the timing. There is, after I say you can't make a spirit do anything they don't want to, you actually hear a male say, right.
Okay,
at 29 or 10 minutes past 29. Yes.
I did a session. I did a session a couple of days ago, and I had lots of little contacts like that. You know, yes, no, right, correct, whatever. I do like little validation. I use a statement, and they agree with you, or even disagree. But you know, yeah.
But
It's
even
like,
that part where did you notice too? And I don't think you picked it up during that time when you did the recording and you were like asking them to answer the questions I was asking. Did you notice that when I did that recording?
Yeah.
Sorry, when I did that recording.
What about last live stream? Was it the last one or the one before? I can't remember.
The last
yeah.
one. The last one at the hotel. Yeah, and you said if the spirits here could answer the same questions or something.
Yes.
Now, what was weird is this, and I don't think you picked it up. I picked it up, but I thought I'm not going to say anything because I'll wait and see if anyone mentions it. But no one's mentioned it. That was a perfect case of voice hijacking. They had actually, if you think about it, when I played that back and I said, is there, you know, have you been in this room very long? And that was at that point you said, if anyone's yes, no, you didn't say yes. You said if anyone here.
2 secs. I got Wessex water at my door again. 2 secs. This one.
Oh, okay.
2 secs, literally.
All right. Well, what I'll do, I'll just explain to everybody. When I said, is anyone in this, or have you been in this room very long? At that time, Riley says, if you can answer the same questions or words along those lines. He says that on his live stream. But when I play it back, you don't actually hear water say it at all.
I'm back. Just had a new water meter installed, that's all.
All right. Well, what I was saying is when I replayed, remember when I played it back on the live stream, what in the room, you spoke and you said at that time, after I said, has anyone been in this room very long, or have you been in this room very long? You said, if you can answer the same question that Karen's just asked here, any spirits from Australia, you know, and you spoke at that time. Now, when I played it back, your voice isn't heard at all.
Oh, really?
There's only, no, none of that. None of that on that actual hand recorder was picked up.
No way.
Only, I know. You have to listen to it. What I'll do, I will go to the actual thing.
Yeah.
And I will play that section just so you can hear it, because this is at a Class A e.v.p, which is obviously to do with you know, a voice hijacking, and that's the only thing I can put it down to is a perfect.
It's almost like the opposite of the hijacking. It's muting, isn't it? Like a muting thing going on.
Yeah, it's a perfect case of voice hijacking at its best, honestly, because at that time during the live stream, order says if you can repeat the same thing. So what I'll do is I'll bring up that.
Yeah,
and
that's right.
Let's see.
Unless we've got like a Mandela effect going on here. You know, I don't know, this Mandela effect. I've not been affected by the Mandela effect yet. Everything is how I remember it. And I'm not a movie buffy. I can't go back to the Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father. Which one's the correct one? You know, so I'm not a movie, so I can't reference car names. You know, like Ford always had that.
I remember, because when you were doing it, you were asking the same them to say the same thing. Like
I remember it.
So
okay,
but when but when I, interesting enough, play that back, there is. I'm just putting it up here.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you can see that. Can you see it?
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Give me a sec.
Oh, hope it's working.
Yeah, I remember me saying whatever.
So I'm going to lock it. Okay, so I'm going to lock it so that we can see the screen, and I'm going to unmute that.
This is a weird Mandela effect thing. It's the first one I've ever had, because I have not been affected by a Mandela effect in any way or form so far. I put it down to just people's memories just not being so great. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, the Mandela effect, I've just not come across it yet. I'm always open-minded to these things, of course. But for me personally, I've never had any problems with it. This is either a Mandela effect or a hijacking, which I'm probably going to think is more towards the hijacking thing.
Yeah, I think the hijacking there, because you'll be blown away with this, honestly. I watched it and I thought, hang on a minute.
That's not right.
Where is his voice? Where is that, you know, if you're communicating the same thing. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go back to the video, because in the video you can actually see.
There's any little viewers that were there at the time and watched it, they will remember hopefully how it went and be able to go, hang on a minute. So if it is Mandela effect, they're messed up too, you know? So bizarre.
All right, so let's have a look here. I'm going to turn the volume up. So you're going to have to be quiet.
Yeah, I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
Is it? I think this is it. Hang on.
All right. Moo comes upstairs now and asks me to do something better.
Yeah, where is it? 40. I know that it's where I'm talking with you. Hang on a minute. What the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I told you she would. Go on, you find it while I sort something.
You've got to be kidding me. That is so weird. Where is it?
Half hour, okay? I want you back in half hour, because I've got to get money at some point.
This is crazy, guys. Honestly. Just hang on. I've got to go. Here. In here.
Yes. Well,
God, look at me.
You've got half hour and that's it, okay? Close my door, please. Close my door. Half hour, no more. Sorry, my daughter's going out for half hour with her friend. She's always uneasy about it.
All right,
She's only 5.
here we go.
Okay, go for it.
Hang on a minute. I've got to change the volume.
Some sound, yeah, we need some sound. What's the time? So I've got 45 minutes where I've got to go.
All right. What the hell? Where's the sound?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. I mean, yeah, we got any sound?
It's so weird. Hang on. Playback. All right. This should work.
The other side is kind of funny.
There you go.
Yeah.
Right. I think back here.
Okay.
Because Nick used it one time, whatever, you know, so the value of it just shot through the roof. People, well, want that, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't have more money in cents. What is that? That's bizarre.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I might do an e.v.p. session.
What we get. You do one. I'll do one at the same time. So we're both quiet, and we'll do one at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And
that'd be best for you.
Yeah, not quite at first, but I've been.
What do you mean?
Grown. Grown. Usually what I've been doing is I've been saying to Mr. Dinosaur, right, when you're done, press Q and you finish shouting into the device. And it does. It presses Q after a period of time, giving the impression that something's saying, right, I'm done. And yesterday was the first time I caught something on my live stream, even though it wasn't a really good session. We caught ticking like a clock. But there are no clocks. I don't have a watch on or anything like that, so we have no idea where that comes from. That was a bit weird. A ticking clock. No voice. There is a voice. Sound like a TV turned right down. You know, if you have a TV volume 1 and you've been in the room for it, you come like, where's that noise TV is? Just only just on. Sound like that. Voices as well, but like a TV, not really spiritual or anything like that. But TV was on. Very, very strange. That's the first time I actually captured anything of it. It's so slight. It wasn't anything exciting. We'll both go for it together anyway. Wow, when you're ready, really.
Now pay attention to when I say,
communicate either from
have you been in the room very long? You talk.
Here in general, whatever you are, out into this device as loud as you can. Okay. We'll both take some time.
Hang on.
You say when you're ready.
My child.
Who's a patient's child? Middle-aged now.
Here we go. Yeah, the one that was talking before, I respect that you don't want to show yourself. I'm not going to force you, but you're welcome to. And if you would like, you can talk into this and say your name or anything if you want it. So I'm just going to press record.
Okay. Here we go then.
Can you say your name, please? Have you been in this room for quite some time?
Same question here.
Same question here. That's what you say.
Yes, yes, I remember that.
Now listen to this when I play it back.
Is there any chance you go near that teddy bear on the bed and make one of the lights light up? Use it.
Huh.
I'll stop this now.
Okay, same here.
All right, now pay attention.
Okay.
There is some noise like the
So
cat
yours
is
was
licking
same
itself
question here.
furiously.
That was set. Not yes or anything like that. Just same question here.
Lick.
Now this is voice
I
hijacking.
need glasses. I need glasses. I really do.
Probably, if you haven't was seeing or reading.
Okay. Oh, I think it's 80 because I just find that my vision is getting really bad.
Yeah, no,
Alright,
it
so
says
let's
if you get headaches reading or looking at stuff. If you get headaches, then it's a clue. Because even though you can see,
Headache.
but you get headaches because you're straining to focus, you don't realise you're doing it or something like that.
Well, I can't listen. So I'll just keep testing.
Now,
I'm going to put this near.
Did you hear that?
No, what was that?
I heard a female.
So you can actually.
You go back to the nibble.
the other side is kind of funny. That's about my chicken point. What the heck? Let me see. What's looking at?
Can you say your name, please?
Now listen to this.
Yeah.
Oh, you said the same question after I asked the next week.
Yeah.
Have you been in this room for quite some time?
That was yes. And you weren't even heard.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really cool looking at stuff. You get
Exactly.
headaches,
So let's play that back again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you say
Yeah.
your name, please?
And you say same question here. And it just used your words like your voice and created yes. That is voice hijacking.
Mhm.
Have you been in this room for quite some time?
Same question here.
Is there any chance you could go near that teddy bear on the bed and make one of the lights light up? use them.
That was me saying they never use the teddy bear.
I'll stop this now.
Same here. If you say same questions that apply, I have to ask spiritual shit. Not to me here, and there is some noise like the cat is licking itself furiously. So I've got that. Bloody penny. Lick. Just stop scratching.
I need glasses. I need glasses. I really do.
Probably, if you haven't seen.
So we'll just skip over here. But there's a female.
Oh, it's getting really bad.
Yeah,
So
no,
right,
so
so let's-
if you get headaches reading or looking at stuff. If you get headaches, then it's a clue. Because even though like you can see it, but you get headaches because you're straining to focus and you don't realise you're doing it or something.
All right, let's have a listen. So, I'll just speak.
That was not me.
I'm going
Yeah.
to put this.
You said, what the hell?
I don't remember you saying it at the time. I don't remember you saying it at the time.
So you can actually.
Sounds weird as well.
The other side is kind of funny.
Yeah.
That's what I'm kicking for. What the heck?
I was also talking there at the beginning.
Let me see. What's it now?
Can you say your name, please? Have you been in this room for quite some time?
Yes.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, I
Is
got
that
it. Yeah,
not
yeah,
voice?
yeah, that was weird. I caught it.
Yeah, that was definitely. You said very clearly, same question here. And it said, yes.
Yeah.
Your voice didn't even come through.
Yeah.
So
that's bad.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And that's how. Do you know, I'll tell you something. Do you know there's a lot of people who have arguments with their loved ones because are actually voice hijacking through phone calls and even messages. There are sometimes you could.
My wife said to me, we had a bit of an argument not so long ago about how I deal with, I'll say this nicely, female fans that say, you know, I really like you, and you know, and she told me, I swear she told me, she swears, but she did not tell me. And I never put a kiss or anything like that, or you know, lead anybody on. I say, oh, that's very kind of you, but I am married, happily married, or whatever. But she says, tell them in it to be kind, maybe in another life. Okay? And I thought, okay, that's quite a good thing to say. That's not nasty or anything, and you know, it's nice. So someone put a comment, a female fan, saying, whatever, you know, I quite like you. And I said, well, that's very kind, but maybe in another life. Now, she sees this comment, this is Manchester, she goes off her head. What the hell? So you're implying that, like, you told me to say that. No, I didn't. Why would I say that? But you did. I'm adamant you did. You said to say that. No, I didn't. I swear on my life I didn't. I swear to God. I was like, you did. I want to put it otherwise, you know? And oh my God, we had a big argument about this, you know, oh dear. She gets very jealous and possessive, which, you know, I get. I'm the same with her as well. She gets come-ons and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so, she God. But that's the thing. Spirits can play with people. They can play these games with people. You could be having a phone call with someone, and you could be assuming they're saying something, or they're saying something about, you know, and then they're like, well, I didn't say that. But if this is where recording things does help. I mean, you're not going to sit there recording your blooming phone calls or your conversations. I even had one once. Get this. I was doing a reading, and I had a playful spirit around me. And as I was like putting down the cards would flip over, or the cards would flip out as I'm shuffling. And I thought, this is ridiculous. You know, I can shuffle very well. Being the card sharp I am. And these cards are just going everywhere. And as I'm putting them down, it's like someone's blowing at them, turning them over. I'm constantly turning them back. But during during that reading, I thought, I'm going to listen back to that bit, you know, before I upload it, because I'm sure this little bugger was doing something. Yeah. And you can actually hear it. Yeah. No, you can hear it. Like me. And as the weird thing was, I was actually like listening to it, and it sounded like me saying the F word. Now, you don't hear me say that.
Wow.
And I thought, hang on a minute, that's not me, you know. And I but it was like, it was full on, like through the part. It's saying, I'm effing sick of this. Stop it. Like something, you know. And it was like, it sounded like my voice, but I swear to God, I did not say that. All I wanted to know is if it was playing up with the mic at that time. So of course I go to that, you know, I was about 28 minutes in or something like that. So I listened to that there, and I decided before even uploading, I'm going to listen to the whole thing in case this little bugger got into the mic. So because I set up 2 mics. I set up one for the spirit if they want to talk into that, and I set up one for myself. And that way they can, you know, not have to approach me. They can leave their message to their loved one. They can be heard on the other part of the recording, that type of thing. So this little thing, whatever it was hijacking my voice and making me these things. I literally had to cut that out. I deleted that section of that from the audio. I was going to give that to my client. And I sent a note to my staff saying, can you please let the client know I had to remove a section because there was some foul language in there. They wrote back saying, Karen didn't swear. She didn't swear over the phone at me or anything like that. And so they said, can we hear it? And I think I don't know what I think I deleted it because I was so disgusted. But I thought, this is just crazy. You know, like, this is how trouble can start, you know.
That argument was quite, we don't have massive arguments, don't get me wrong, like a domestic violence, but, you know, obviously, if she thinks I'm leading female fans on or something and I'm going to have an affair, you know what I mean? But you're just like, why would you say that, you know, in another life, implying that you do like them, you know? It's just, you know, well, you told me to write that. That's what you said, because that way it's not horrible to them, and it's not, you know. It's like, she's like, no, I didn't say that.
Were you face to face with her when you when she said that?
That's the weird thing. I can't actually remember if it's on the phone or faces, or she was walking into another room. I can't actually get. I'm adamant that she said that, or else I wouldn't have put that. You know. So she's adamant she didn't say that. She, why would I say that? I was like, well, I don't know, being nice. Yeah, but she's not like, she's quite possessive, and she's like, yeah, if any girl writes, you know, I like you, she's like, I want to claw your eyeballs out. Rah, he's mine. So, but you know,
it's grand, isn't it? But I can understand. I mean, but the thing is, if you have these moments, and she's saying certain things like that, I would probably say, or ask to reiterate that, you know, like, did you really say that? Or, because I don't want to get into trouble.
That's the silly thing. Rather than getting me to reiterate at the time, I thought it was quite a reasonable comment. Well, that's quite reasonable of her. That's quite a good way of blowing someone off without saying fuck you, you know. It's quite nice, and it gives the illusion that, you know, but another life, maybe. I mean, doesn't hurt
exactly,
feeling.
and that's where it can be dangerous with relationships. So there's a lot of relationships. If it's a loving one, there are some that will definitely they will definitely try to tear up that relationship if they can, because a lot of times you will get spirits that are very possessive of the person. If especially, I mean, like look at Chris. As you said, there was like a jealousy for some reason. I'm in a hotel room. I'm not with anybody. I'm not that way inclined. I'm not the kind to, I'm going to go to a hotel room and pick up someone and have a fun night. I'm not like that. I'm a very down-to-earth kind of person. I wouldn't like it done to me, so why would I do it to somebody else? So I'm not even with anybody else. I mean, God help me.
Anyway, so what's the, there's no issue there anyway. It's your body and life, so fuck it.
Exactly, but that's the point. I mean, like I'm separated, and I'm still comfortable with the other half. I mean, he knows he's done wrong. He's on his own now, but it taught him a very big lesson.
His loss and all that.
Exactly. Oh, the trust is, if you've got no trust, you can't say I love you.
No trust is gone.
Yeah, the trust is gone, because here I was working my butt off, and only for him to be out, showering gifts over this woman and her child. But worst of all, he wrote to his mother asking her if she could get an autograph from this race guy who rides racehorses, because he's a friend of the family's, and he wanted to give it to a lady from his work because her daughter likes horses. This lady was the one he was having an affair with. But get this, he tries lying to me, of all people. I mean, he's telling me that he had because my daughter opened up about going to the park with the lady and her daughter. Yeah, and I said, what lady and daughter? Exactly. And it was horrible because he was using our daughter to babysit her child while he and the woman had fun times together. But the worst part was she was married too.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Nothing sacred anymore? I
can't believe it. I mean, when you take a vow, it's for life. That's my theory. Sorry. I'm no matter how
if this marriage fails, both of us are not marrying again. Whether we get another partner or not is whatever, but we're never marrying again if we fuck up, fail. So far over a decade, we're okay. But yeah.
Well, I send you blessings for a long time together, because, it's very hard in this day in life with the amount of temptation out there and stuff like that. I mean, it tests your weakness, and to me, that's a weakness. If you find yourself going behind your partner's back and having an affair, then you're weak in my eyes. That's a weakness. So
I agree. Definitely.
But I mean, getting back to things, I mean, we are amicable. He's coming around tomorrow to cook for us. He is a good cook, I'll give him that. But just as I said, it's gone. It's got to be worked on. He's let himself go. I think I've let myself go too, to a degree. I mean, I've piled on the weight. But I'm not there to impress anybody. Like, I have an opinion that, you should accept people for the way they are. If a person's overweight.
I think you're looking kind of good. You're looking great, as you can see. Feel good. I mean, they make models of you now, so it's spot on. I think it's a great. There you go. Hello, Priestess.
Oh my God! If only my finger was that voluptuous. That was me a long time ago. You wouldn't even recognize me if I showed you photos of how I used to be. I was like
I've seen a few with your lizard eyes and stuff. I mean, shape shifting is quite common.
That was funny. But that was actually, I think, because I looked at him, I was looking at the mirror, putting my makeup on, looked at him and looked back. And as the eyes turn, the flash caught it or something and gave it that illusion. But I don't know whether he used a flash by memory. I don't think he did. But it was one of those like little cameras.
And I'm not saying lizards don't exist, but just because the eyes go like that in a photo, don't go, lizard person! Not necessarily.
Exactly. Exactly. And also with videos, you can also have with live streams and digital, stuff. They will interfere with parts that move.
Oh, exactly. Definitely. It's not good.
So that's why don't take.
No.
Exactly. Don't take all those.
Reptilian shapeshifters are among us. Don't get me wrong, but it's not the best evidence. Digital hookups really isn't.
I would say more so that we have a chance of doppelgangers out there, spirits that will mimic. As you heard, and there's the evidence there. When I was recording, I said, have you been in this room very long? And you just said, same question here.
Yep, I've had it time captures on my videos of mimics of my voice or someone else's voice lots of times, or I make a cat noise, meow, and then the spirit box does it back at me, before it busts it. That's really strange, that one. But yeah, they do mimic. Like I say, someone asked me about calling up specific spirits because they found my Scotty's debunking Huff video. Like, oh my god, this means I've got no hope then of contacting my dead mum. I said, well, not no hope, no. Spirit contact does exist, but unless you're a medium or whatever, calling up a specific spirit is a bit harder. I've only done it once. We got Marcia's voice. She said, I hear you, dear. And the voice was a straight facsimile of her and how she would speak. However, it could have been another spirit mimicking her. They do that. But no, it's not as hope. It does exist, So don't be disheartened. Just on that channel, it's not real. That's all I'm saying, But,
exactly. Yeah. That's why I say that, as far as that being paranormal, it still is paranormal, but don't take everything as being paranormal. You could have motion. If a person is, say, walking as they're holding a recorder around a cemetery, their clothing can rustle and give off a sound. You can have, like, if you're moving your feet, or if someone moves their feet, it might kick the dirt or something, and that will come across sounding like yes or a no or a name. You might have
those DR60 recorders, the Huff and Paranormal X or whoever else uses them. They're like, the scratchy noises. And those scratching noises don't mean any. I can't. Maybe it's just me. I'm being a bit harsh or an arsehole.
And having the fact that it is the same identical sounding voice everywhere, on every single DR60. Every DR60 exactly the same old man kind of voice. Imagine if that's a female.
Yeah, Live Sci-Fi can't contact Zozo without his DR60. So he needs that is his personal phone call to Zozo, the DR60. Live Sci-Fi, no DR60, no Zozo. That's how you can put on his stream. Zozo caught on camera before it's even started because that's his telephone. Hello, Zozo, you there? There you are, Zozo. How you doing, buddy? Oh, okay, yep.
It sounds like it. But then you've got ones that on the back of the actual recorder, they'll be holding the recorder and they're going like this at the back, scratching it.
Yeah, the fun demons. Fun demons are quality. Everyone loves a good fun demon.
Yes. So if they're doing that, what can the person see when they're holding it face on? They're just showing the face on, but at the back, their fingers are like scratching at it, or scratching it like a bit of tape on the back of it, flicking around. Seriously.
Cool out fun
these demons. Are the ones. Yeah. There are so many people. If I put up on our live stream, spirit caught on camera, on our live stream, people will be watching the live stream. Where's the spirit? Where is the spirit caught on camera? Those types of clickbait, which is what it is.
Yeah.
Don't click on them. Don't support that. Support people who, like are having a live stream talking about things like with us. That at the Russell Hotel, of course, live from the haunted room was because of the fact that, you know, it is classified as one of the top 10 haunted hotels.
You were running live at the haunted hotel. You're not saying that the demon is here right now next to me before you've even started, but the title is correct. Don't
that's
get
right. So that's
why tagging and clickbaiting. There's a big difference between the two as well. I got someone said, I mean, I don't know saying names, but someone said, "Oh, I think you're clickbaiting." Or like, no, tagging, not clickbaiting. There's a difference between the two. And thumbnails also play a role in clickbait. You know, in terms of you know, you do thumbnails that are like they're not even in the video. There's nothing. Oh, you know what the fuck?
I've seen that myself. You know, you see a video and you might have like a spirit in it. There was one where I on that Not Everything's Paranormal, I put like the old picture of a skeleton in the cupboard kind of thing, and this guy, you know, but apart from that, I mean, everything is like connected to the actual video itself.
You're trying to prove a point there as well. You're trying to put a point across, you know, and it's
exactly. Exactly. But I was absolutely blown away when that clear yes came through, but your voice was not even picked up. And that's a sensitive mic. It's very sensitive on that thing. And I was, even before playing it, you can actually hear talking. Yeah. Like a male talking through the mic. And to be honest with you, I didn't hear that at the time. Yeah. I was just holding the thing. So it was actually talking directly into the mic itself for you to hear. It wasn't, you know, like this is how spirits can be. They will talk either directly to us or they will talk into things around us. And I don't know how they do it. I really don't know how they do it because this one wasn't showing itself. I mean, there was more than one. I felt there was a female in the room. I got Agnes. I got the name Agnes. And I also had was it a Bill? Something like that. You know, things like Bill, Albert, and I mean, I've got an Albert, but it wasn't my Albert. My God, drove me mad.
He's not in the stream right now either, is he? Where is he? He's usually here, Albert. Albert, where are you? Damn it, Albert. You're not in the chat room today.
Yeah, where is Albert? Let's see if we have anyone else in our stream. So we've got Scarling Ray, which I think is Raylene, is it? I can't remember. Ray, oh God, I can't think.
Butchering names.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm just having a discombobulated moment. Janine Terbutt.
Brain fart noises.
Marley Paranormal.
Hello, Marley.
Liz. These are the main ones on at the moment, chatting. And we have Tara Bell.
Hi, Tara.
Irish Stevo.
Irish Stevo. Here you go, buddy. You know, your brand nails, just having a cup of tea with you just a minute ago, showing off your freaking brand. You fucking, yeah. There you go.
Classic. We have, let me see, Zara. We have on.
Yeah.
And that seems to be about it. Ray Clark.
Oh, boobs, yeah. Yeah.
There we go. We have boobs. We have boobs.
No idea.
Okay. Lucky you. What else have we got? Matt Graves. Emma Bird.
Mr. 2 GTIR pulse size.
Yeah, going too far back, I might not actually have them still watch. But yeah, so cool. It was a really interesting. I mean, when you think about the fact that it showed how it can voice hijack, that was a clear case of voice hijacking if ever I had it, and having it live too is another bonus because
it's always like always, you know.
exactly.
No hope.
So, oh, Glenn is here too.
Oh,
So hello to Glenn. And
Mr. Mediator.
oh yes, and Ray said hiya.
Okay.
Who's that? Tara Bell, Scarling Ray. I'm sure that's Ray. Let's have a look. Let me see. Give a shout out to Sharra Artz, Ray, Lean, Jude, Rachel, Jude.
No, plus one. Plus one.
Plus one. Whispers from Heaven, Kimmie Blackshaw, and Surfer Rosa. These are my patrons. But oh my God, I can't get over the amount of activity. Seriously, if you do get a chance, hop on, have a look at those videos from the live stream of the actual hotel. I think the staff were rapt in the fact that, you know, they were looking a little nervous when I walked in, like, my God, is anything going to happen? I said, okay, first of all, I need to know, are there any people in the room beside me?
Yeah,
and they said no. And there's no one in the room beside that either. So there was like 3 rooms in a row. And no one were in those other adjoining rooms. So, and beside, like on the other side of me, there's no other rooms. It was just empty space as I showed out the window. And then there's a stairwell. But you can actually hear walking in the stairwell when people are in there. But there was knocking coming from the bathroom. And there's no other room beside the bathroom at all. So having that knocking sound was, you know, okay, someone's in there. There was, with the wardrobe, it wasn't shaking. There was actual movement up in the mirror. I could see it physically, but I wasn't going to say anything in case, you know, because otherwise if I speak and I happen to scare them, then what's the point? So I just tried, after a while, I just shut up, and as I was holding the camera, I think I started like the little webcam thing, I started to like nod off, and of course that would drop down. So I just put it down on the bed and went to sleep, and had, you know, I thought I've got to lie on my side because otherwise if I don't, I'm going to snore. But I thought I snored.
Yeah, you did. You did. Lots. I feel like a freaking bear. Trust me, ask Mrs. Magnitude. I am a bear because my nose has got a metal plate in it, and you know I can't help it. She's like, shut up. Yeah, you did. You did. It's like we're human. You know, part of human.
You know, in all fairness, then to, you know, sort of like give myself some positive. Maybe it's a good thing I was snoring, because then at the time there was mucking around with Chris doing these things. You could tell I was in La La Land. So I guess that, you know, because I didn't really want to have a camera on me.
Sure.
Because, you know, like you're sleeping. Who wants a camera on them? The point was the room, the activity in the room, what's going to happen. But oh my God, there is talking going on. There's a lot of talking. There's noise. There's responses. There's, you know, I'll tell you some of the things that were coming through. Bear with me for a second.
Okay.
I'll read out. Yeah, I'll be quick.
Just 15 minutes or so.
Okay.
15 minutes.
So in there. Sorry. All right, so in there,
cool.
Yeah, so after I say you can't make a spirit do anything they don't want to, you hear a male voice say, right. Then at approximately 29.17 minutes into the recording, and this is on the video that has the image of the room, and it's called Russell Hotel, Sydney's Hotel Room number 8, and there's like an apostrophe after NO and the number 8. Then there is I feel her fingers, because I can actually feel someone like going like this on my fingers. And that was at 29.
Ooh.
Yeah, 29:17. You actually hear, I feel her fingers. Then at 30 minutes and 56 seconds, they say, "It's me," said by a male. And I think that was Chris. I was really hoping if I were patient, they would had appeared. You might hear knocking. This oddly was coming from various directions in the room. However, the EVPs are actually captured, so I'm pleased with that. Listen to the increase of talking after I say it's almost 20 minutes past midnight at around 31 minutes and 47 seconds in. Then around then around 32 minutes and 8 seconds, you'll hear, "Aren't you afraid?"
Ooh.
I ask, they say, "Aren't you afraid?" And then I ask, "Am I going to have any visitors?" Duh. Meaning, I meant to say, "Are you going to appear?" But it came out, "Am I going to have any visitors?" After they're saying, "Are you afraid?" If you can show yourself, I'd appreciate it. Then at 35 minutes and 15 seconds, I didn't quite catch what the male yelled, as it created too much static white noise. And I physically heard the yelling, but it was very distorted. And I thought, I'm going to shut up because it's picking it up. It's got to pick it up, because I had the microphone, you know, it's a 360 kind of microphone with everything. There was also the mic, the recording coming through the Connect itself, so you can hear the, you know, wherever on the room this thing was. And at 41 minutes and 18 seconds, you hear Karen. It's said after they were breathing into the mic, because you hear this breathing into the mic, then the voice saying Karen. And it's a male. It's a male's voice. Typical behaviour I've come to find with many new spirits. At 41 minutes and 54 seconds, you'll hear right into the mic, "Hello, Karen."
Right.
Listen to the power of manipulation here, where through the feedback you hear the spirit speak at 42 minutes and 40 seconds using the recorder. A little hard to decipher due to the interference of it, however, definitely a male. We're not something.
Definitely got to do a lot. You've definitely got to do a highlights of this.
It is. It's all in the actual messages in the comment section of the video.
Okay.
So you can actually click on. You can click on the time stamps, and you'll be able to hear it. But I do recommend put headphones on. Don't try to just listen to it freely through it.
Even sessions. I mean, my session yesterday, not yesterday, my session I just put up now, patrons had it a couple of days earlier or whatever, but at the time listening, I was hearing a lot live, but when I was playing it back for my phone, I thought, that sounds totally different. And then I put some earbuds in, not headphones, because I ain't got any, and I was like, it's back to how it was now. Okay, that's better. But it sounded like really different and gibberish compared to what I was hearing live, you know, because it's embedded as well. A lot was embedded, you know, in the session. They're not quite so strong contact on that session, you know. It's like further back embedded, you know. But yeah, we did quite well near the end on that. It wasn't too bad, that session. Okay.
Surfer Rosa said, "Karen, you asked Chris at one point if he could see them. What did he say?" He said yes. And he actually reiterated to me, there are a lot here. And you can hear the voices. Even in the actual video, you'll hear where it says, at 44 minutes and 57 seconds in, it says, "Stop the something." I think it said video. "Turn on the spirit box." So you can actually hear them saying, "Turn on the spirit box." But I didn't do that.
Was that when the stream went down? Or was that when the stream went down? Or was that earlier on?
No, it's actually in the actual video. I'm going from the actual video.
Earlier then.
If you go into the comments of the video, as I said, it's got like a NO, like number 8, and there's apostrophe beside number 8. It's all time stamped with what is being said, and you can hear it. It is clear EVP, but you can actually hear the male say something, "Turn on the spirit box," but I didn't do it, so I don't know whether I was asleep or what. Class A EVP saying is heard straight after I was awake here. I ask at 46 minutes and 50 seconds, "Have you been in this room for quite some time?" So I think I was replaying our recording.
Yeah.
That 47 seconds and 47 minutes and 58 seconds, a male says inaudibly, "You said you missed your kid. Listen to the next part at 48 minutes and 2 seconds after I say, now you said you've been in this room for quite some time. There is an instant response saying dead."
Okay.
And then at 48 minutes and 15 seconds, dead, we're dead. At 48 minutes and 44 seconds, they say, why? So you play it to them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Said after I ask, can you say hello? And they say, why? So you can play it to them.
Yeah.
At 49 minutes and 40 seconds, don't do that. And now at 50 minutes after I ask, can you see me? You will hear what sounds like, I can. Then an inaudible high voice of a female is heard. So all that in the actual comments, I'm going to do a little bit more deciphering where I can from that time. And I'll put them down. So that way you can just click on the timestamps and you can hear them. And this is in that room. So I validate wholeheartedly that the Russell Hotel Sydney is indeed haunted. It has spirit activity in there. Aside from my resident spirit Chris being a little disgruntled.
Should we call it haunted or not? Because it's is it one spirit? Is there? Should we say it's a busy place for spirit activity? When you say haunted, how do you define haunted?
All right, well, I'll define haunted for you. Haunted means to have active presence, which is a continuous. And in that place, these are spirits that actually have made it their home. They are the resident spirits in this hotel. So technically that would incur the word haunted, being that they are walking around interacting with the humans. They are actual living. They're actually interacting. So that's haunted. If you don't have that, if you don't have that, you can't say it's haunted. You could say it's a residual, something that is, you know, every now and then. But the activity for one night, just one night, is a lot. So the thing is, I would say yes, that hotel is definitely have its resident spirits and more, because they are, when you've got, like, I'll tell you how it works, and this is what I've found through my own personal experience. When you've got one spirit and they see there is someone interacting, now think about it this way. People have gone to that hotel purely to track spirits, purely with that intention. And so obviously people reporting back to the reception saying they woke up and saw a man standing at the end of their bed looking at them. Is he one of the hotel guests? That type of thing. They said no one can get in the room without the key, which is a very defined key. It's got like a dip in the middle with a double, you know, blade thing, whatever. It's a very unusual looking key, and there's no actual door handle. It's just like a lead, you know, like you put the key in, turn the key, and you push it, and then it opens. But in the actual, on the other side, it's just got like one of those metal handles that you push, not a turning handle. So you've got to literally put the key in and that to open the door. So that works as the handle per se. Hope I've made sense. But with the people reporting back to reception saying that they woke up, they saw this man, he looked like a sailor, standing there looking at them, especially when they're female, of course, word gets round. And after a while, other people go to the hotel investigating. And there have been a few investigators. I saw a YouTube video where there were a group from New Zealand that went there, and they had a lot of noise, a lot of interference from outside. So fortunately, I went on a very quiet, one of their not so busy times. Exactly. And that's probably the best time to go, is when it's off season. You know, so that way you've got more opportunity of having no one beside you in the next room. You've got no risk.
contaminations of EVPs, blah blah blah, you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. And another thing too, there's a hotel downstairs that have actually like a bar there, and also like live music. And where I was situated at the back of this building, you can't hear that, so you don't actually have that kind of distraction. And so that was a good thing too. Roommate is at the back of the building. It's not near the side of the building where the noise can travel up or anything like that. It's directly at the back. And between you and the other side, there is actually like a building with Louis Vuitton and stuff like that in it. So that was all like quiet, dead. And I even looked out the window. No one was down in between the cavity of the building. Nothing. It was like, I couldn't believe if I sort of began switching off kind of thing, like when I go into meditation and stuff like that, I quieten my mind, and then I can hear the pure silence around me. But then as soon as I get distracted, like, you know, with them talking, it's like everything is loud again. But it was just an incredible experience. So I do recommend, have a look at the video and listen closely. Put your headphones on, listen closely, because you'll hear the talking. And you'll also be able to, you know, by clicking on those timestamps, you'll be able to be guided to those sections automatically without having to, you know, sit through the whole thing. But it really I would say it is haunted. I give it like 100% haunted. I also found out there was a spirit that hung itself. I don't know whether they hung themselves there or whether it was done by. So that was one. That was so I don't know whether that was actually recorded. That's another thing too, because I had the thing going. I was intending on having this go all night. Naturally, when they shut my lid on my laptop, that disconnected everything. It just shut down the computer. It went to like a sleep mode or something, you know, so that disconnected.
That's what the stream cut. I mean, like I tried bringing you to let you know, obviously you're in La La Land, as you put it, you know. So
exactly. So that was a pity, but
you obviously caught plenty anyway. And you got it all time stamped out, which would be great, you know, for people who don't have a lot of time to watch the entire thing. Stop texting me, and you know, so you know, people can go through and stuff, you know.
Exactly, but it is really a lovely hotel. The staff are beautiful people. The only thing I've got to gripe about is, one, that you don't get breakfast in bed. You know, you have to basically you had to leave the room. I mean, for what you pay. You know, exactly. I was waiting for someone to come and knock at the door and give breakfast. No breakfast. But it was included in the price. And then I found out, you've got to go downstairs to the bar and have breakfast there. You want to go? You want to be in pajamas, you know? I was really looking forward. Yeah. So, I mean, that was for one night stay, $339. 2 minutes? For $339. Okay, so it's quite expensive, as you can imagine, but it is a lovely hotel. I do recommend staying in room 8 if you go there, but as long as you are prepared to, you know, take your own food, or, you know, if you're not wanting breakfast. I mean, the good thing is you can leave at 1 o'clock. You don't have to leave first thing in the morning. You can sit around, you know, because you can go in at 1 o'clock or even after 1 and just go into your room. So there was no rushing you out or anything, you know.
That's a good, so I had a lot of hotels, they do kick you out 10 a.m., 9 a.m., even 8 a.m. sometimes. So that is one really good thing you can say, you know, redeemable there at least. Yeah.
So you're allowed to stay till 1, and then you get your parking validated. You actually, you know, get them to stamp it. It validates the parking. You only pay the certain rate, even if you're over a little, you only pay the set rate.
Yeah.
So the parking was $25. It was right beside the building in a parking lot, which is all secured, so that's good. And it's a walk away from the Rocks, which is in the Rocks in Sydney. And the Rocks basically is where everyone settled. You know, they basically had all the everyone came into the shore, and it was a popular place. This is where the first hospital was put down. This is where the first pub was established. And the pub, the pub right downstairs, everything was as it was in those days.
Cool.
They did a little renovating, and they said that it was from the time of the renovating they started having people, you know, like the first person that came to them saying that someone was standing there, they thought, oh, okay, we've got one of those. But then when they had another person come in and say the same thing, totally unrelated, they thought, hang on, there's something a bit odd here. And then staff were telling me,
we're going in 5 minutes, okay? I've got another thing we're going. What?
5 minutes. So, so I hope everyone's had a great week, and I hope those that sat through the live stream, if you did, you enjoyed it. I am thinking about going to other places. So, I mean, it all depends on the interest, of course, as well, you know, from people. If you're wanting me to go to another hotel or haunted place, there's one called Monte Cristo, and it's a old established home where they'd said that if you lay in a certain bed, the women wake up or they get distracted with a lot of pains and birthing pain. Yeah, because that was a bed where this person virtually died in it giving birth.
Oh,
and
wow.
Even though they say it's a comfortable mattress, people complain of having backaches and the cramping sensation. And then there is like the old, you know, they've got an old part where they have the horse carriages and stuff like that, and they've actually captured a female standing beside it, almost ready to get into the carriage, wearing the old dress and everything like that. The hotel, it's not a hotel per se, but it is, if you know, it's sort of like a place that was, it's got a great history. Yeah, it's like a bed and breakfast type of thing. And it is just, you know, you listen to some of the stories and they talk about the stairway, how many people have lost children or babies in particular. If you go on the stairway, be careful with children, because if the child gets pushed or, you know, they fall to their death. And then they said when they first moved to the place.
I've actually got to go now, but yeah, that sounds pretty fascinating. All the history is pretty freaking mental, and yeah, the activity seems ramped right up. So I'd love to go there if I could. That'd be pretty cool. But I'm gonna have to go now. To get from work. So
okay,
catch you guys later. Thank you for attending the stream. Peace, love, empathy, and all that.
All right.
Bye.
Bye bye. So what do you think? Is that a yes? Oh, yes, I've already got yeses. So I think that would be probably something that I could do again. Of course, it's all time, you know, if I've got the time and money to put aside, because these places are expensive, and when you've got no, you know, no one sponsoring you and stuff like that, then it's all out of your own pocket. And of course, when you've got house repayments and all that, it does, you know, but I think it would be something that I would love to do. I just love getting to know different spirits, different characters, stuff like that. And the fact that I was able to have that honor of being at the hotel last week, having real activity around me, apart from Chris, that was brilliant. And to actually have it on camera. There were some of the streams before I fell asleep. Of course, I was trying to sort of like give a history of the hotel, look up as much information whilst I was there. The only thing I'd find was the same thing about, you know, this the sailor standing at the bed and stuff like that. But I basically had more EVP than I could imagine in that hotel. So I think, you know, given the fact it's so old, it doesn't necessarily have to be an old place. And this is one of the misconceptions also that people have, is if you've got an old home or an old place, it must be haunted. And that's not true. You can have a brand new home, and if you've got a spirit who is interested in making itself connected with that family or the actual place itself, it may remind them of a place they've been to, then you're going to have spirits that will stay. They will, they won't budge. And often you'll find that there are spirits almost in every single home. They don't necessarily stay there all the time. They do come and go, but that's their home. Their home in the physical realm, if you want to put it that way. And just as I was talking, then someone walked right past me. So I don't know if anything was captured then on the actual camera itself, but they came from this side to that side, and very, very faint. Interesting. So I didn't see the rest of them. I saw what looked like an arm going past me. It happens at times. Sometimes I have this habit of moving back as I see something going past, and yet they can go straight through me. So there you go. That's oh, okay. So they're talking also about Maitland Jail. I think so. I also have to be careful because for those that don't know, I do have chronic arthritis, which is a pain more than I can say, and a lot of steps and stuff like that can leave me pretty much laid up the next day. After the hotel, I actually found my whole body had pretty much froze up in itself. It was like very hard for me to move. And it was awful. So, I mean, I'm trying all different types of remedies to combat arthritis. So if anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I'm doing everything. I've even got these things. I've got the TENS machine. I've even got these brace things here, which give off a heat, so that when you put that like around your arms and stuff like that, you've got the heat. I've got these types of ointments. I have the tablets for the arthritis. I'm also taking direct shark cartilage tablets, fish oil, you name it, everything. But I really would love to do this, not probably every month, but like once probably or twice a year, something just to sort of check out these places, get myself out of the rut, if you want to put it that way. As long as Chris doesn't come stalking me and being a little annoyed with me being away. I even had one occasion, and this is no word of a lie, I went out to a cemetery, and I was only, yes, I know you're here, yes, I know whether you can hear him. You didn't like me going there, did you? Okay. So to those that are leaving the live stream at the moment, thank you for joining and staying around. Yes, I went to a cemetery one night, and I was only gone for probably about an hour, when I mean being there an hour. And I actually had my horn on my car beep, and I jumped. I jumped about 10 feet. Seriously, I've never known myself to lip so, because it startled me having my horn on my car beep whilst I'm out of the car walking up the road. I'm thinking, first of all, someone's got into my car. I had my keys on my hand. I thought, how could they get in there? Didn't I lock it? And so, of course, I decided to press lock so that if there is anyone in the car, they can't get out of it. And then I walked up to the car and there was no one in it. And I thought, okay, so maybe I imagined it, you know. So you sort of go through this process of elimination. Was it my car? Was it someone else's car? It sounded like my horn. And then I started walking off again, and I could hear do, 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 on my horn of my car. And I laughed because I thought, okay, well, that's Chris, because sometimes when he knocks, he does that kind of knock. It's sort of like he taps and he goes, and that's around the room. So that's his way of letting me know that he's there. And that's what he did with the horn. So that was his way of saying, okay, enough time, go home now. So he's very, yeah, he's a bit possessive, but I was a bit annoyed because of the fact that, you know, obviously he was playing with the stuff, didn't want anything, or I don't know. I just, he hasn't said why he did it, only that he wanted me to be home. So I don't know. What do you make of that? But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed tonight. I've still got a little bit of time to kill. I've got nothing to do. So if you want, I can put a spirit box on. See what I've got here. What do I got? All right, so do you want a spirit box session to see whether any of these spirits from the hotel have connected with me? Okay, so I'm going to turn this on. And I'm going to ask that if there is any spirits that were from the hotel that have followed me to my residence, if you are here but you're not yet making yourself apparent, please use this device that I have in my hand to speak. Can you say hello? What's your name, please? Okay, could you repeat that? Was that Peter? Was that Peter? Hello. What's your name? Okay, are you from the hotel? Are you from the hotel? Yes. Okay, so you have followed me from the hotel, is that right? Can you say yes if you have? Yes. Okay. Now, if there's anyone in the chat who would like to ask a question, could you leave a question there and I will put it to the spirits? Are you happy for me to do that, Spirit? Asking the people in the chat room if they could ask you a question. Are you okay with that? Yes? Okay. Thank you for giving permission. Is God real? This is being asked by Avalon Decker. Yes. Thank you. Have you met God? Have you met God? Have you met God? Or have you only heard him? What makes you say God is real? We could. Who dat? Who dat is Karen. Who dat? Saying who dat? Who's saying? I can't say this seriously. Is the devil people? Is the devil people get on their spirit box sessions one entity? They're laughing. One entity, or is it a collection of entities? Can you revise that, Matt? Can you say hello, Spirit, to Matt? Can you say Matt? Can you say Matt, please? Ah, Surfer Rosa wants to say hello to you, Spirit. Now there's a person saying, do you enjoy when someone in the physical realm can hear and see you? Do you enjoy it? You do? Okay, we have a question from Marley Paranormal. What is God? Good question. What is God? Earth. Okay. What do you mean by God is Earth? Is he everywhere? Talk through this so everyone can hear you. Talk, yes. When doing a session and the devil comes through, is he one entity or made up of many? That's a good question, Matt. Is he one entity or made up of many, the devil? Is he one or many? Different ones. Many. Did you say many? Can you say many again, please? Do you feel peace? This is asked by Surfer Rosa. Do you feel peace? Do you often come through to our physical realm because it is connected to God? Can you repeat what God is, please? God is a kiss. Oh, so he's everything, is he? Yo. Yes, I agree, Matt. Matt says, thanks, it confirmed Mortis's theory that the devil is a group of entities rather than one. And I believe that's so. Oh my God, really, Sir? My guide, Suella, was just talking to me over on this side. If you heard a female's voice, very soft, that was her. I didn't think it was loud enough to come through. Spirit, can you please tell me, what is it like being on the other side? Is it fun? Is it fun being on the other side?
No.
No. Why is it not fun?
Yeah.
So some of you think it's fun and some of you don't. Spirit, I really appreciate you communicating through this so everyone can hear you. Can you tell me, please, how many, just to validate, how many spirits were present at the Russell Hotel at the Rocks in Sydney? Now, they said there were 9. So how many, if you can validate for me, how many spirits were in the room with me? What was the name of the sailor? What does it look like on the other side? Lovely. Can you repeat that, please? What does it look like on the other side? This is asked by Mali Paranormal. Sandra Posterna says, does anyone have contact with higher level good spirits rather than those negative, evil abyss spirits?
No.
That was a direct no. So when you say no, is it, okay, I've just got like around me a lot of fog here. I don't know whether it's coming through. I'm going to turn it. Turn it. Just over here. I'm going to ask if there's any... Who is standing right beside me then? Who is trying to manifest? Family. Are you happy being around me, Spirit? Sort of scared asking questions like that if they're going to say no or something. Do you like being around me? What was that? Was that basically? What do you think of most mediums? Idiots. I'm so. I think that's what he's saying. What do you think of me? Sorry? Oh my goodness. Surfer Rosa says, I see that comment on every paranormal video. You're not talking to any human spirit. So if this spirit confirmed that. Can you please tell me how long you have been on the other side? Do you know that? Long? Long. When you say long, what year did you leave this world? Early year. Early this year? It's 2017 now. Are you aware of that? Okay, Sandra says, I think one must have a guide to really know what you are dealing with. Evil spirits love to manipulate. That's so true. They do. Very good. Then they said true. There we go. Now I'm going to ask my guide, Suella, if there is any chance. Is there any chance you could say hello through this, please, just once? Just once. I think so, Avalon. Okay, I'll ask. All right. Avalon Decker says, is God female? Is God female? Is God female spirit? I need you to talk through this. Is God male and female? Is he everything? Mixed. So God is male and female. Really? Okay, well, that's interesting because guides often have like one part of their features. I know how to describe it to people because you've got to basically see it to know what I'm referring to. But one side is like female and the other side's like male. So both. There we go. They're both. Thank you. They summed it up for me. I believe God is female. When she asked who God is, the spirit responded, Earth, pagan belief. Yeah, Earth. God is Earth. God is the universe. Infinity and beyond. What makes you want to be around a living spirit? Need what? Need earth. What do you need us for? The dying. So you're here to help the dying. That's okay. Oh, they said thanks, Karen. That's all right. So technically we're all dying, correct? All those that are living here at the moment are dying. And Spirit just acknowledged they're here for the dying. That's why they're around us. How direct an answer can you get than that? So that's a great summing up, Spirit. Thank you. Oh, good. Did you see Moana? What's that? I'm not sure. Is that a question? What is time like on the other side, Spirit? What is time like in the new world? Yes, maybe. What is time like in the new world? Can you sum it up? Different. Why? Spirit told me before when I asked at the cemetery that there's no night and there's no day. Is that right? Of course. Time dimension gone in afterlife. Do they have shops on the other side? Yes. Maybe. Do you do things on the other side that we do here? Are you here for the dying in a good way or a bad way? Are you here to help them over? Are you here to help the dying over? Are you here? What was that? Yes. You're here to help them in a good way. Is that right? That was creepy. Who was laughing then? Now there's Marley Paranormal says, do spirits sleep? Do spirits sleep? You have to. Why? death. Death is good. So can you just reiterate whether you are here for the dying in a good way or a bad way? Good. Hi, Albert. How are you? Really good. That's good. Albert. Well, I have a point. I have a point about what? God. Okay. Do you want to talk about God? Do you want to talk about God's Spirit? What do you want to talk about, Spirit? You lead the conversation. Oh, me? What do you want to know about me? What do you want to know about me? What do you want to know about me? Talk through this. I am Catholic. Are you Catholic? Spirit. Okay, Spirit, are you Catholic? What is the true religion? What is the true religion, Spirit, in the new world? To love. So there's no religion. What was that? One God. Can you repeat what the true religion is that God wants us to have in our life? Forgive. What is a true religion? Yes, with God. Oh, is it God? Is it just God as the religion? I'm confused. With the SLS camera, I have found the actual charger for it, and I can do, you know, it depends on them really, whether they're willing. What dog are you talking about? Not in here tonight. In my daughter's room. Can you hear snoring? Hi, Albert. It's coming through this. So weird. It's in a completely different room at the opposite end of the house. So I don't know where you're hearing it. I'm hearing something through here. Spirit, is there yawning coming through this spirit box? Someone said I'm here. Can you talk through here? What advice can you give us about living, Spirit? What advice can you give us about living? Her door's locked too. You serious? I can't hear it. I can hear stuff for here, but I can't hear what you're talking about. Wow. Let me switch over to the live stream so people can actually see that, if I can get it. You hear a sound like your dog sleeping, but is it your dog? No, he's in another room. He's actually in my daughter's room tonight, and her door's locked. That's weird. I can't hear it unless it's going right into the mic. Is there a spirit making a noise like my dog? Okay, how many spirits are in the room right now? How many spirits are here right now? Please state through this. And is there any spirit directly just speaking into the mic, making noise? You do. So you speak directly into the mic, just making noise. Are you making a humming noise or a sleeping noise? It is weird. I can't hear it. Why can't I hear what everyone in the live stream is hearing, Spirit? Who's making the noise that the live stream are picking up? Chris. Did you hear that? Chris. Chris is mimicking my bloody dog. Are you kidding me? Are you serious? No. This is Chris mimicking my dog. Yes. Oh my God, you're getting dogged on, Chris. That is so weird. How I can't wait to listen back to this live stream. I'm gonna have to see how long the time is into this video. That's weird. That's so... Where's the dog? Can you see the dog? Can you see the dog anywhere? Can you see the dog anywhere? Where's the dog? That's right, in the other room. So why is Chris making dog sounds? Well, that's not very nice. I don't like that word. I just called him a C. Now there's traffic. My God. You can't hear. No, neither can I. I can't hear. So this is Chris mucking around again. Why are you doing this, Chris? Why are you doing this to me? Are you upset or something? What do you want? Don't you want me to have any friends? You're kidding. This is mad. I can't even hear anything. I can't have any friends. I can't have anyone. Oh my God. Chris, are you going to come and show yourself? Everyone's saying hi, Chris. You got their attention. You got their attention. Are you happy now? Are you happy? You're not going to answer me? Karen, take too long. End it. Did you hear that? He said end it. You want me to end the live stream? Do you want me to end this live stream, Chris? What do you want me to do? Do you want me to end the live stream? Yes. Did you hear that? Can you tell me why? I know you're dead, but that doesn't mean I've got to end the live stream. What if I want to keep it on all night long? Yes, he is like that. Are you jealous, Chris? Chris, are you jealous? Are you the jealous type? You going to tell me? Chris? Are you jealous? Yes. Why are you jealous? Why? Yes. Why are you jealous? Why are you jealous, Chris? Why are you jealous? You're not telling me. Who's evil? The internet? Is the internet evil? You missed me. Oh, did you hear that? I missed you. Well, I didn't have a chance to miss you, Chris, because you're always around me. All right, I'll ask a question from Sandra, who says, do spirits need to acquire new energy like we need food? Do you need to acquire new energy, spirit? It's definite. Did you have an intention of following me, Chris? Are you going to be following me wherever I go? Yes. Okay. Well, are you going to allow me to stay anywhere without too much interference? Yes. You didn't have to say it so sad. Oh my gosh, how funny. Hello, Subgirl Forrester, Matt Marge, Janise, Terbutt, Emma Bird, Surfer Rosa, Sandra Poshima, or Postena, sorry. Marley Paranormal. Do spirits have to phrase things different because of spirit box limitations? No? Okay, there's a quick no. Spirit, why do you hijack our voices sometimes? Is it easier for you? Hi, Philip. I've got another spirit here called Philip. Philip, do you want to come and say hello? Thank you. Did you hear Philip, everyone? Thank you, Philip. Philip's a new spirit that has been around from about Wednesday. I don't know whether he's going to stay, but he's been here since Wednesday. So, Philip, are you going to be... Okay, you're dead. Okay. Are you going to be around much, Philip? Are you going to be around us much? Can you say hello to everyone out watching this live stream? People, yes. Everyone's saying hello to you, Philip. You can talk through this like you did and say hello back. Can you say hello back to them? Try using this. Try. You're doing good. You did really good. I know you don't like talking through this. Tara Adele said, kind of sounds like the old man that's a pervert on Family Guy. I haven't seen Family Guy for so many years. Philip, is still going to talk with us? Probably why? Probably? Can you say hello like you just said probably? Can you say hello? Hello. Very, very faint. What's the one thing you miss from being alive, Philip? What's the one thing you miss? Okay, you're dead. Can you tell me what you miss the most? What do you miss most? What do you miss the most, Philip? You gonna talk still? Mother. Okay. Where is your mother? Yeah, his mum. Where's his mother? Is your mother still alive with the living here? Okay. They're here. Yes, all names are common unless they've got something to validate who the person is. That's why some mediums will say, oh, I've got a John or I've got a Bill around. Now, most people have a John or a Bill in their family. Unless they are specific. I don't bother even asking their names now. Is there anyone else who wants to talk through this and say hello? Word? Okay, what's your name? What's your name? Brooke. Did you say Brooke or Brookette? Brooke, okay. You, Brooke? How are you? Alive. There you go. There's some spirits who say they're dead and some that say they are alive. What is the difference between those that say they're dead and those that say they're alive? Is it an emotion? Yes. Who called me? Whoever called me and wants to talk, you've got a chance to talk through this. Everyone can hear you then. Okay. I haven't heard the humming for a few moments. Okay, now I'm going to turn this down a little because I had Chris knocking there. Chris, can you knock again? I'll take this off so you can see it's not me. Chris, can you knock again? I'll just put my hands up. Knocking now. Wouldn't it be the way? I don't know. give up. Oh, thank you, Full of Water. They said it's the best spirit box session I was ever able to hear. Well, that's good. Well, I'm going to stop this now and turn it off because it is getting late. It's now 11:35 p.m. and I don't want to sit on all night long as much as I would love to, but I really do hope you get a chance to have a look at that spirit box session, or not spirit box session, the stay at the spirit, oh God, Karen, get yourself together. The stay at the Russell Hotel. I will show you the name of the video so you can go and have a look at it now if you like. I'll just put this on the screen because I'm just a nice person. Where is the blooming thing? Here we go. Okay, so here is the screen, and it's called Russell Hotel, Sydney's Haunted Hotel Room number '8. There's incredible EVP evidence in this video alone. Obviously, there's here you can see just some of the annotation that I've made in the actual comments. So you've got the timestamps here. I'll see if you can hear one of them. The Class A EVP saying, yes, heard straight after I ask, have you been in this room for quite some time? So this is again what was heard.
Have you been in this room for quite some time? Thank you. Thank you. Yes, they said yes. Yes.
Now let's go back.
Okay. I'm going to do this again.
This is the one where they say, I don't know whether you can hear that because it's quite low, but if you've got headphones, put them on. One says, I feel her fingers. And where is it?
But again, you can't force them. You can't make the spirit do anything.
This is where they say, right. Right. Okay, so listen to this again. I feel her fingers. It's coming up. Did you hear that? I feel her fingers at 29:17. So if we go here, it only goes to 29:09. 29. Don't you hate that? 20. So at 29:17, watch the thing, and you'll see it will say, I feel her fingers. Did you? I feel my fingers. Okay, so down here, see if you can hear. It's me, said by a male. I was really hoping if I were patient, they would have appeared. You might hear knocking. This oddly was coming from various directions in the room. However, the EVPs are actually captured, so I'm pleased with that. Listen to the increase of talking after I say it's almost 20 minutes past midnight. So we'll go here. This is talking.
to. I tried before the internet was off to phone the reception, and there was no answer. So I quickly sort of ducked out of the room down there and couldn't see anybody around. So I don't know if they've gone home. I mean, it is quite late. The time at the moment is almost 20 minutes past midnight. Around.
Listen to the talking.
So I don't know if they've gone home. I mean, it is quite late. The time at the moment is almost 20 minutes past midnight.
So it's definitely talking there. Then we go down here where it says, aren't you afraid? Hear that? Aren't you afraid? Yeah. Now I've got my neighbour's dog barking. You'll have to listen to it. So go in the chat bit, the comments, and you'll actually see this. So you can click on the timestamps. It'll take you directly to that part in the mic, the video. This one says you'll hear in the mic, hello, then Karen. So you say hello, then Karen. Hear that? It was loud right into the mic. Very loud. So we'll go back here. There's knocking in the room. They say we're not. Listen to this. Stop the turn on the spirit box. Hear that? Time. This is where they say dead, we're dead.
Okay. How does this even go through this? I'm recording.
Yeah, that played up really funny. It was actually doing like some kind of weird feedback. And this was, I mean, I've used this many times before. But to have that kind of feedback, it was just crazy. It was a really crazy energy in the room, and you could feel it, but you couldn't see it. And that was a frustrating thing for me because I really wanted to see the spirits. I did see earlier in the day, whilst I was doing like a Facebook live stream, I caught a shadow person run from the wardrobe out the door, and it was about the size of a child. It wasn't a tall spirit or anything like that, but it was like the size of a child, and it was really, it sort of caught my eye, and I thought, oh, maybe it was just me. But I then remembered I wasn't even moving when I was holding the camera there, and I was still. So for that, you know, brisk type of motion going from one side like say where the wardrobe was, straight to the door itself, something would have to be moving abruptly for that to happen, catching some of the light behind it or what have you. But even when I tried moving my arm, there was no, like, the shadow that came through wasn't even reaching at that point. It only had basically gone as far as like pretty much in front of me on the bed. You could see like the shadow from the light coming through the window itself. But as far as it reaching the other side of the room, there's no way it could have been me. So it was definitely a shadow person, or you know, a child for that matter. But I couldn't see anything but a shadow. And it moved, and it was the height of a small child. And I was kicking myself that I didn't have the SLX X-Cam. But then again, I have to say with that thing, it can give you some really false positives, as can the Connect. That's why with the Connect, I love the fact that when I had in my previous live streams, if you have a look, you can actually see spirits touching and turning on the light in real time. This was not pre-recorded. It wasn't something like, you know, what's his name? Someone tell me his name. I can't remember. He has the Connect set up in his home and everything, but he always shows it not in real time, not as in it looks like it's real time, but he's not having a live stream. That's what I'm trying to say. It is done in a way that is, you know, only through what he records or what he says he records. But the way that his spirits appear supposedly on his Connect, nothing like how they appear on mine. They usually begin looking like a ball, and then from the ball drops down this stick figure. But with his, it's like instant stick figure. And it's not even like showing the formation. And with mine, you can actually see them forming from the ball itself. The ball is there, it's tracked, and then it begins to form. And that's what Michael McGee, that's his name. That's why with his videos, I don't trust his videos. I'm sorry, I don't, because I too have the Connect, and I have also, as I said, in videos, and I'll try and show you one. I won't try to take up too much of your time because I know many have other things to do, but I'll just go and I'll show you a video from a live stream. God, I'm an idiot. I'm putting on other things. Hang on a second. Just one of those days. Where are we? Let me go to show you the screen. So you can go through it with me, and you'll be able to actually follow that stream. So we go onto my page, and it is enlarged because I'm getting old. And I am not being able to see as well, so I have to enlarge everything. This is just crazy. I might go to the playlist. Oh my goodness, I've got a dreamer out there. Okay, then playlist makeup tips, which I need. Some of these are visible, some of these aren't. Of course, everyone has them. So music with meaning, shape-shifting. I think that was in our, where is it? Our shape-shifting one was a live stream. But I'll go in here and I'll have a look for which I could have done originally, but I didn't. So there should be more. What's happening? More. Or this is crazy. All right, so let's go to, we'll have to go to all videos. This is weird because I have everything listed under live stream when it's a live stream. Bless you, bless you. My cat came in and decided to sneeze. Aren't they lovely? Where are we? Russell Hotel or past live streams. All right, here we go. This might, okay, click. We don't want that. This is me having a whinge. Why are some things there and some things not there? I'm feeling very discombobulated. All right, uploads. So it should be under, this is stupid. Stupid YouTube. All right, let me go in. I wonder if they've closed some things. Do they do that? Let us find out. So I'm going to go in. You're going to see everything I see. So I've got nothing to hide. Click on that. And it's thinking about it. It's thinking. And then we go into, oh, we got the videos here. Videos. Let's have a look. What's happening? Oh, this is my fault. I scrolled too quickly. I am too fast a scroller for my own good. So here we go. Down, 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 down. Talking to the dead. And some of these titles were changed after the live stream because of the fact that if anything happened in the live stream, then I could change the title to accommodate that. But during live streams, I never say, yes, it's going to be something. Where are we? Snapchat, Karen. Let's go. Where now I do have walked into the room and dropped down and he is now snoring. So the door was let open. He must have been annoying my daughter. Let me see, go live stream. App review. Bloody hell. It's Chris. Just got him. Friday night live stream. There's something about Connect. I wonder if I can do a search in here. If that will give me the videos pertaining to Connect. In the active room, moving the Connect and its mic. I want to show the one with the Spirit in the Hall, Little Visitor, the Culprit. See, this is where I need to put keywords into those videos where I can bloomin' find them. All right, well, this is, I don't know, there's bits of these, like if you have a look in my live streams anyway, you'll actually see. But this is just to give you an idea. How dark it is in the room, and this is the, and it's been switched over. So you can actually see, this is the active room, which is where I am at the moment. And they were actually in here by memory, I think. But during an actual live stream with order, interacting and touching the light. And that's supposed to be, I'm behind you, not I'll be behind you.
Now can you turn on the light on me, please? You don't want to communicate.
Now let me just go straight forward. There we go.
Come back. Come a little bit clearer. He's turning the light. It's on, it's on.
I do have a candle burning because that always gives positive energy because it's pure light. It's not artificial light.
Oh, what was that? Okay, can you do that again, please? Can you shine that light? I'd really appreciate it.
Might have to skip ahead. Here we go.
You gonna turn it on? Come on, you can do it. Can you please turn on that light? Come on. Try. Try and give me some.
I don't know what kind of Pinocchio movie they were watching.
Can you please turn the light on me, please? Show me how you can do it. You're so clever. So clever, aren't you?
It just shows you how dark the room was. Quite dark in there. That's where I've got all the boxes with stuff piled in them. This is the spare room.
Come on, if you're my friend, turn on the light, please.
I tried to coax them a little.
There's one there. Well done.
They turned on the light.
Well done. You did so good. Can you do it again?
Let's skip ahead to about
Keep doing
here.
it, please. I love the way you're trying to interact. Can you do it? What are you doing?
That's what can look like with spirit. Not like Michael McGee's, you know, solid forms that are all perfect.
Pretty please. Cherries on top. And ice cream and cheese. Sweet syrup. Oh my god. Okay, you turn on the light. Come on, turn on. Show me how you do it. Like touching it. How did you do it before? Please come back. Okay, Tracy. Tracy, you want to help me? You want to show me how to turn that right up there? Where are you? What's in this picking you up? It's going to make me shine you on the screen. Oh, yeah. You can see the figure, but you cannot. Oh, didn't pick you up. I think you could turn on the light. Can you come in? Can you turn it off? How do you do that? Okay, can you try it again? I'm not trying. Okay. Okay, whoever is going to turn on the light first. Come back. Alright, let's play a game. Whoever's going to turn the light first. On your mark, get set, go. Who can turn it on first?
It doesn't always work for me. At least I try.
Who's going to turn it on first? Right, do you want to talk to me?
Where's
You
my
want to
ticket?
communicate?
Here we go. See, because I went right next to it, I knocked it, which made it turn on. So that shows you how it works. Now, if you have a look over the smaller picture, you can see the energy moving about the room. And look at the blue dot. There's a third one sitting there. So watch how they turn on the light by touching it with their foot.
You turn the light. Can you knock?
Look at the other one telling him how to do it.
Can you knock, please?
Flips a foot. Steady, steady.
Let me do it again. You look like you're the Karate Kid. Oh.
Oh, which would they say? I think they said their butt or something. That was their butt.
Can you try it again?
So see how the figures
again?
distort. Michael McGee's videos will never show the tracking on spirit like this
No, try to salute it.
because their energy is always moving about.
Can you put your salute in? Can you salute again? That's really good. Look at you. You look awesome. Yeah, can you do that? Reach out. What's it like to be able to float? Awesome. Hope it would be. Okay, and jump. Are they excited?
They were saluting me, so I don't know whether you could tell from that.
Okay. Oh, you're going to turn it on? You could do it. Well done. Thank you so much. You are brilliant. You did an excellent job. You should be proud of yourself. That was brilliant. Would you like to try it again? You did so well. Can you turn around? Can you turn around? Yeah. It's so good. I really appreciate you coming and visiting, showing me how this can be done. I think you're just showing off now.
And that look was Tracy, if you heard.
You're going to turn it again? Okay. Show me.
Look at them tapping.
Can you touch the light? Can you actually touch it? Can you put your foot on it?
And we're getting frustrated. And it's so hard not to laugh at them.
Can you put your foot on it?
She's like steadily going down.
You have to think about moving.
Yay!
You did it. That's excellent.
So you get the idea. This is how they interact. And you can actually,
So well done.
you can see them on the other videos. So if you go in and you check out the live streams with myself and Order, especially the earlier ones, because when they stopped wanting to share that experience with us was when there was a, what was it, Duck of Truth. When he made a video, he used, I just had someone come near me, he used some of my video in one of his videos, and even though there was like actual interaction that you could see during a live stream, he was stating that it was fake or something, or like man-made, created, I don't know. And I took offense to that, but not only me, the ones that were going out of their way to show and interact during the live stream, because, you know, the spirits were willing. They were absolutely more than willing to be a part of the live stream, you know, help out, show physical evidence and proof that this, you know, there is an afterlife. And this actually happened, hand on my heart, during live streams with Order. And prior to that, I had never done a live stream before. So when I was doing the live streams with Order, they were very into it. They wanted to be a part of it. They were excited. But then when that video went out and Duck of Truth was putting them down, they never said they would do that ever again. And they never did. They never did after that. So that's why I stopped doing that, because they said we're not going to do it. I was upset. In fact, at one point I thought they're not even going to talk to me, because it's like they have been let down. I was crying for over 2 weeks solid. I couldn't even work because it was really upsetting to me to think that someone could take so much trust that they had given me and everyone else in that live stream and made it into a mockery. And this is what annoys me. People are very interested in seeing real evidence, but then they get hooked onto these videos where it's all props and it's all man-made things happening, or there's, you know, they film it before they upload it type of thing, and they do video editing to it and everything else, or they use strings, or they use, you know, voiceover, layered effects, and God knows what. And they are getting all the attention. People are raving, oh, they're wonderful. They love watching it because they know that they're always going to get a thrill. But it's bullshit. Pardon my language, it is. They are making a mockery of the spirit world, and if they took the time to respect and honor spirit, then they would probably get more interaction, real interaction that would be mind-blowing. But having like a video that's not even live, that they're uploading after doing some video work to it and everything like that, how do you know? Even with these ones with the live streams, and they've got real spirit caught, you know, or demon caught on camera, and yet the video of the live stream hasn't even started. I mean, unless they're showing physical proof saying, you know, we were filming and this is what we've got to share from that footage that happened, you make your decision of whether it's real or not, then that's different, because they're actually showing something and they know they've got the evidence to give you. But if they are just putting up a, you know, a thing like demon caught on camera, Zozo caught on camera, Bloody Mary caught on camera, you name it. I mean, all these, you know what I mean. They are not even worth giving the time to watch the video, because all you're doing is supporting that channel by watching that crap, which they have baited you. They've baited and shown a lack of respect to their viewers. They have shown a lack of respect to Spirit. And the one that deserves the most respect here, whenever it comes to anything paranormal or talking of it, is Spirit. It's not us, it is Spirit. And I can't tell you, even as a medium, oh yes, there's going to be interaction in this video right now. I'm going to have something thrown at my head. God forbid anything gets thrown at my head. But you know what I mean. I'm not going to say Karen gets knocked out or Spirit knocks me out during a video, during this live stream. I have preempted it. I have, you know, you've got to ask yourself, how would they know? How would they even know that this is going to happen unless they have it all planned? Like, it's just, you know, I mean, one thing I will say in respect, I never liked Ghost Hunters with Zach Bagans. I never liked the show because it was all over dramatized. He was always being possessed and stuff like that, and this and then you know, their eyes are going funny and they're I'm gonna kill you kind of look. And oh, I mean, I have had once when I was doing a reading, a older female who was related to the people having a reading. Basically, I can't even describe it. It was like I was seeing what was going on, but I couldn't stop what was happening. And she was talking through me, and her voice was coming out through me. But I could remember feeling all the muscles in my body twitching. Every single nerve in my body was bouncing off the walls. And I was shaking, and I could actually see myself shaking, but I couldn't stop it. And as that was happening, I thought, no way, I'm never going to allow this again. And they said, oh my God, you know, like after I came out of this, they were like, that was my grandmother who was talking through. She was talking about what was happening at the hospital and what happened when we were there and everything, and, you know, and then giving personal messages to the rest of the family. And all I could remember was seeing myself shaking and knowing I couldn't stop that shaking. And I could feel that there was someone there with me, but I couldn't see her, but I could hear her voice, if that makes sense to you. But then it was like there was like a part of that time missing that I can't recall. So whether I don't know, whether she just, you know, like, I don't know how it happens. I don't know what happened apart from my own experience in that position. And that was quite frightening because, of course, being on my own and being at the office, which I was, you know, they could have been people that were going to rob me, you know, and if I get taken over by something, I can't do anything. I can't stop them. And it's really scary to think that if you do get taken over by something, you don't know what it is, you don't know who it is, and could they hurt the person? I mean, that would be terrible. Could you imagine? But anyway, good thing is she let me go back to being myself, and I was quite disturbed by that feeling because I didn't even give permission for that to happen. So I don't know. I mean, I didn't have like a gust of air or something like in Ghost, that movie where Whoopi Goldberg sits down and the spirit enters her and her clothes all go airy. It's not like that at all. It's basically every single nerve in your body is twitching. You can actually feel it jumping around. That's how it feels. You can't stop it. And when it's over, then it's like you feel after it was finished, it felt as though I felt hollowed, if that makes any sense. I felt like there was nothing, like no insides. I can't describe it. It was like I had no insides. So I don't know whether my internal, like my intestines and everything moved, or what the story was, but I mean, it felt like I was hollow. I had a mind, I could talk, I could describe what I felt, but I felt hollow. I really felt like I mean, if you've had that experience, you'll know what I'm talking about, but it felt like all of my insides were gone. Honestly, it felt like I had nothing there except a brain and a voice. I couldn't even feel my heart because I'm like freaking out. That was the first time, and fortunately, glad to say the last time, and hopefully the last time that ever happens to me. Oh, you're going to catch Zozo on camera today. 100% real, best spirit communication ever. Well done, Marley Paranormal. I'm going to watch it. 25% real. He's dropping down in his reel. Rat bag. Oh, it's funny. But that's what I mean. When you put up things like you are preempting, unless you've got solid evidence to present, don't put it. Don't do that to your audience, and don't do it to spirit, because if you do respect spirit, you won't be saying they're going to do something. It's not as though they're performing for you, like circus clowns. Ready? It's dropped down to 10%. It went from 100% real down to 10% now. The Wi-Fi went down. Oh, this is someone else. So, yeah, if you are going to record something, you don't know what you're going to get until you're doing the live stream. There have been some people who aren't even doing any type of communication with spirit, and they've had activity that has happened while they're filming, and they're not even into the paranormal. These things are 0.25%. These things are, you know, they are the ones that are, they aren't into the paranormal. This is the first video and something's happened out of the blue. Like that teacher, for example, he was getting ready to do some type of tutoring for his class, and he set up in his kitchen bench, and his kitchen cupboard opened and then slammed. And he was, you know, in the rest of his videos, there's nothing to do with paranormal. There's no mention of him feeling like, you know, I think my home's haunted or anything like that. There's nothing like that. It's just, you know, tutoring for his class. Going back to Zach Bagans and that, I disliked it because I felt there was a lot of over dramatizing, very premeditated, very, you know, prepared, if you want to put it that way. But one thing I will give him is he's actually matured a little. I noticed that there was a point where he actually said that he realized what a jerk he was towards spirit. This going in and tempting them and baiting them and stuff like that, like, you've got to do this and you've got to do that. He said, I realized they don't have to do anything. I thought, hallelujah. Something must have really happened. Something, and this is the only thing I can think of. He must have really had a, oh, did he? I have to see that. Give me the link, sir, for Rosa. She says, Aaron has made some statements against him. So, yes, I feel that there was a lot of, you know, premeditated stuff in their videos. I feel like there was a lot of things that were, you know, ready to be, you know, set up, that type of thing. I mean, there was one time on one of these videos, I can't remember what it was, but I actually saw something and they didn't even catch it at all. And I think that it was something real in their video, but they didn't even discuss it. They didn't even mention it. And I thought, okay, they didn't even pick that up. So they must have been monitoring very well. And it was a clear e.v.p, but the video was facing everybody. and they had mounted the camera. I can't remember what the story was. If I can find it, I will sometime share the link if I ever come across it again. I'm not going to go looking, but it was one of the videos. They stuck it down on a stand. They were talking. There was like the three of them sitting in front of it talking. And as they were talking, there's actually like a figure in the background walking behind them and off to the side of the room. And I could see that. I could see it, but there was no mention like, did you see that? Did you see that wispy image? It was like a very thin, pale mist just went from one side to the other side. And it was behind where they were sitting. And they were lit sort of like, you know, they had the light on them, but you could also see behind them. So it wasn't as though if someone walked by, you wouldn't be able to tell. You know, you could actually tell if someone walked behind them. You'd be able to see their silhouette, their shape, everything. But this was just this clear, wispy line, you know, it's sort of like partial from the height of an arm going past. And that was right behind them. So, but after him talking about how he was a jerk, how he was not respecting of the spirits, he was, you know, trying to bait them, he said, you've got to show respect. And I thought, well, good. So that made me want to watch him and watch the videos. Some of them still are a little, you know, dramatic, but one thing I'll say is that you can't get possessed all the time. You can't. And if everyone is going in doing these I'm getting possessed kind of things, spirits taking me over, bull crap, because I don't believe it. And these ones that are saying before the live stream that they've got something on their live stream, don't even bother watching it, because all you're doing is giving them exposure, you're promoting them, you're giving them payment from YouTube, everything. So unless it's something like, you know, this was caught in the live stream, like a, you know, a extra kind of video that shows, well, in the live stream of such and such a date, this was captured, this is a snippet of it, then yeah, you know, why not? But when it's saying in the live stream before it's begun that something's going to happen, no, don't fall for it. So what's this one? Oh, I saw one. He got in a bath and mocked how a person took their own life in the bath, and that the lady did it. That was a very early one, possibly the first paranormal documentary. So you made a live stream, Strawberry Wine. Yes, it is entertainment, but that's the problem. A lot of these ones that are just purely doing it for entertainment purposes, they're the ones that are giving it all a bad name. They're the ones that are taking the real stuff away from what is being offered from Spirit. Because Spirit, I'll say this, they do want to show you. They do want to show people that they exist. They don't want to be forced. They don't want to be mocked. They don't want to be accused of something that they haven't done. And if you're accusing them of doing something, then you suffer the consequence. Look at, you know, Huff Paranormal. That business about the, you know, plate being thrown at him. If they wanted to throw a plate at him, they wouldn't have missed. That's number one. Secondly, in that video, they called him a liar. They said, why do you lie? Very clearly. And that is one of the most viewed videos that I've actually got, where I allow the spirit, like, from his video to tell its own story. And you can see it for yourself. I've got so many people that are saying on there, you say he's not making contact with spirits, and you're calling him a liar, but he is. And they're, you know, and I said, I never said, I didn't say he didn't have contact. I said that they called him out about throwing the plate at him. That is what I'm debunking in that video, because yes, there was communication. Yes, they actually gave away what he was doing, And if you think about it, since then, Huff has never said, can you move something when he's gone to a hotel. He's never said anything like that since, because he knows it was crap. Otherwise, if he had really like seen or had that kind of activity, he would be saying that on every type of video possible. Well, it happened before, then it's possible for it to happen again. So that's why you know that it is crap. But anyway, on that note, I'm going to say goodnight because it is now 12:33 in Sydney, and it is very late, and I'm going to turn into a pumpkin. Already have. So hope you've all had a great night. Thank you for staying with me and enjoying the live stream, and I hope you've learned something once again from what's going on with the spirit world. Have a look at the video from last week's stay at the Russell Hotel Sydney, room 8, and Ghost Adventures. Okay, got it. So have a look at that video. Look in the actual comments, because I've time-stamped those things and you'll be able to hear them. And I would love to have your feedback. Share your ideas. What would you like us to talk about? I don't want any of the live streams to get boring. I mean, you can't say whether a live stream is going to be entertaining or boring anyway. You just go with whatever comes. But I wanted to discuss about that, you know, blood that I found on the floor tile in front of the sink at the hotel, which is at the beginning of the video that you're watching now. So I hope you've enjoyed it. I could kick myself for not taking a photo of it. But once again, thank you for joining me. To all the new people who have subscribed, thank you. Unfortunately, I don't upload daily or every single couple of, you know, hours or whatever, or couple of days, because I'm so busy, and if I could I would, but you know, I prefer to put up things when I've got evidence or when spirit are willing to provide evidence. I still have a little bit of video that I had recorded on this little thing from the hotel. My batteries ran flat on this, and this is the one where they say yes when I ask, how have you been in this hotel room very long? They say yes. So there you go. But I will try to find time to do that. I might even do it this weekend if I've got a little bit of time to spare. I know I'm making, with my daughter, I'll be making some, what's it called, that Play-Doh stuff. Like, hang on, where did I put it? I can't find it. Okay, well, it's got borax and everything like that in it, and yeah, it's like that. It's like slime. Yeah, that's it, putty or slime. So I'll be doing that. It's going to be fun. So I'll probably have slime over my head if my daughter has a way, and just having a girls' weekend. And of course, I will try to get probably some cemetery footage using this. So hopefully I don't crash the thing. Practice. But anyway, have a great weekend, everyone, and thank you for joining the live stream. See you later.